this conversation yesterday.
He calls it the ghetto raid. The ghetto raid, bro. I was like, yeah, the ghetto raid sounds about right. Fucking ghetto raid. But hopefully he comes in and we'll see what's up with that. Anyways, guys,
it should be a chaos raid because you're just sending everybody running everywhere.
No shit, man. No fucking shit, dude. Anyways, we were talking about before we went live. Sorry about that. To interrupt y'all's conversation, we were talking Mortal Kombat, bro. The fuck?
Nice.
Yeah,
fucking
I was
some
asking
MK shit.
Fucking did when they had when they did RoboCop and Mortal Kombat, did Peter Weller do his voice?
Yes.
Excellent. Which makes sense because like he came back in 2022 or 3, whatever it was, whenever he did RoboCop, the first-person shooter that came out a couple years ago.
Rogue City, that came out, I think it was, that was October of 23.
That game was so good.
It
Rogue
was.
City?
I love that.
I
So
think,
they made this game that kind of feels like you're playing Fallout New Vegas, but with RoboCop.
Oh shit! I think I saw the trailer to that game. Wait, hold on. I thought that game was new though. Wasn't it going to come out earlier this year or something?
No, you might have seen the trailer for the DLC that's coming out soon.
Oh.
Business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I
like
probably
the
saw.
Omni Tower or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. No shit. Fucking Farney in his fucking Street Fighter costume. Dude. That's fucking hilarious. Dude. No shit, dude.
Now he's making it look like we all coordinated to wear red.
Red.
Like,
No
fuck?
shit. That did not happen on purpose,
Bring it
bro.
on the fire.
Well, I'm wearing black, so
He's got to have everybody thinking we were all in a group chat being like, so what are you wearing today, guys?
For reals, dude. I was like, what the fuck? We're all wearing red right now.
We got the
No
Master
shit.
Palpatine just like leading us like his League of Villains kind of thing going on here.
yes.
No
that's-
shit, man.
That is exactly what it is.
I got
Fucking-
Carnage. You could have been Akuma if you put more effort into that costume change.
Yeah, more effort than nothing, basically.
Dude, by the way, man, you cut your hair, Farney.
yeah, bro.
No shit,
I can't
man.
have like the Goku hair for this. I'm sorry, man.
Fucked up, bro.
yeah, man.
No shit, dude.
Also
You
became
kidding me, dude? Like
man.
ever since I
That's ridiculous.
started like shaving the sides, like my bed head is like Vegeta when I wake up.
Nice, man.
we are doing matching thongs today too. They're white
Of course.
and brown.
Joke's on you guys. I'm not wearing any underwear.
Oh fuck! You didn't get the message, bro.
Wait, you guys are wearing pants?
Fucking free balling it today, dude. Free balling it, dude. Fucking what do you call it? Did you guys see that new? I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that it was like one of the shittiest fucking Marvel movies. The new
Brave New World?
yeah, that one with Black Captain America. Did anybody see that movie?
No.
No, I haven't.
Nope, I haven't seen it yet.
It sounds awful, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
I heard it was
no
really
desire.
bad. Like apparently
Let's
Harrison
be
Ford.
honest. They sold that on the back of Red Hulk being in that movie.
I heard
And
he
was
only
part of the
came out like
reshoot.
yeah. I heard he only came out like in the last like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of the movie or some shit.
I mean, that's still longer than we've ever gotten the Dinobots in a Transformers movie, for fuck's
That's a
sake.
good point. Good point.
Dude, I don't know.
The only reason why I went and saw that Transformers movie, the one that had Stanley Tucci in it, was because in the trailer,
hmm
Optimus has a sword, and you see Grimlock. Except Grimlock never transforms and he doesn't talk. He's just a robot dinosaur the whole time. And growing up, Grimlock was my favorite Transformer.
Oh god.
I got
I
a
thought-
G1 Grimlock on the shelf. You want me to get him?
If you want, that would be pretty dope.
I'll be right back.
Dude. Hey, weren't they making like the Beast Wars movie, bro? For Transformers?
I thought
Because I saw
so.
the Transformers Beast Wars shit. And it was gonna be like you know,
God.
Cheetor and Rap Trap and shit. All the fucking old school ones.
I feel like that would be terrible. Like it would not be a good film.
Probably.
I love the show, but like those Transformers movies are so bad. Like I can't imagine the Beast Wars movie is going to be any good.
It's true.
That
Hey.
is amazing. I never had one growing up. I always wanted one, but I never had it.
I'll do you one better. This is the first Transformer my grandmother ever got me when I was like 4 years old on a day I was sick.
Oh, dude, my cousin
wow.
used to have that same one. Does it play like it takes cassettes, right, in the chest or something?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the Buzzsaw one that
Yeah,
it came
dude.
with, which is like the knockoff version of Laserbeak that they never really used in the show.
That's
But
awesome, man.
somewhere in my closet, I do have his other cassette tapes. I got Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Rat Bat, Slugfist, Overkill, Laserbeak. They're all in a crate somewhere.
Soundwave.
Soundwave, yeah.
Yes, I'm that much of a fan that I just listed all the Soundwave cassettes off the top of my head.
God, like I remember when I think it was I want to say it was.
Only if Palpatine approves. Palpatine?
Man, it's your show, dog. Don't put that on me.
No, bro. I'm putting it on you, bro.
No, like,
Yeah. No way.
Sorry, Imperious.
no, I meant
That's
no,
awesome,
you're
man.
not putting it on me. Like, no, like I said, it's your show, dog. Like, look, he and I don't get along, but like, if he's gonna be cool, I don't give a shit if he's here.
Yo, they did come up with a Beast Wars movie. It was called Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It came out.
Yeah, I got a lot to say
did
about
they?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
I have no idea
Terrible.
how bad it did. I'm pretty sure it's pretty awful if nobody even knows it exists.
Like Farney, turn on. I watched that movie twice, just to make sure I saw everything I saw the first time.
No, it's just a terrible dream. I fell asleep during
And like, just go into your kitchen, turn the faucets on full blast, and that's the sound of all the piss that was dumped on my childhood by that movie. Because not only did they shit on Beast Wars in that movie, they shit on Unicron.
That's
Man.
horrible. Why would they do that?
Yo, you
And
guys.
speaking of Beast Wars, here's an oddity I'll share. This is a Japanese exclusive Galvatron from the
Dude,
Beast
what?
Wars anime that was never localized in the US.
That's crazy, man. You got it all going. That's sweet.
Damn, dude, you
That's
have a
the same
collector's.
show that the infamous Optimus Prime White Lion came from, but it's never been imported here for some reason.
Shit.
It's got the Snorlax mug going too.
Yeah.
You're all ready for
Oh,
today.
bro,
I didn't
Wicked.
get the memo, man.
Wicked, isn't your favorite Pokemon Snorlax?
Yes.
Dude.
I basically am a Snorlax.
True.
Oh my god, dude.
But like back to the Soundwave thing, I was gonna say a second ago. What's a total mind blow for me as a kid was I was watching Beast Wars, and then Ravage actually shows up.
Yes.
He's still alive.
The season 2 finale.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking. It was season 2 when Ravage shows back, and then by the end of it, he transforms, and he still transforms into a cassette tape.
But now he's like a humanoid robot-looking panther, like walking upright, like he's not an animal. It was weird.
It was really weird.
Yeah, Transformers had some weird shit, bro. Like the the old school TV show was what, in the 80s when it originated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers was 80s, bro. Damn. Yeah, I was a 90s kid. I remember that shit, like, to me was old. So I grew up with like the Spider-Man and the Batman stuff, Fox Kids.
Dang.
Well, so did I.
Well, there was
Yeah.
a time in the
Which was
90s. There was a time in the 90s they repackaged the early seasons of Transformers as like Transformers Next Generation because they were reissuing all the toys in the early 90s, but they were repaints of them. That's when you got like, instead of green, the new Devastator was yellow.
And then Beast Wars was, I think, late 90s, right?
Mid, like 95,
Mid-
96, I think, something like that.
That was when like the
because,
computer age was coming in.
Because like I was in junior high when Beast Machine started, I think, or maybe even high school.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
they called it something different in the States. In Canada, they called it like Beast Wars. In the States, they called it like Beast Machines or something.
No,
like that.
Beast Machines was the sequel series to Beast Wars.
It's
Because there
dog
was like,
shit.
I know there was a different title for America versus Canada for that.
All right, so Farney, I'm going to blow your mind here. So instead of getting the Japanese Beast Wars Neo series and like Beast Wars 2 combined that they called it, which was a Unicron saga, actually, we got the CGI versions, But then they switched and started importing the Japanese series in order. So that's when we got Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and then Armada, and then Energon,
I liked Armada.
Cybertron, all the anime series that lasted till I think till they did that Transformers Prime show that was a takeoff on the Bay movies.
Oh, okay. Damn. No shit.
Yeah, usually the Japanese versions were all better for all these anyways, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know why they never brought the Beast Wars anime to the US in English. I really don't. It makes no sense. And the fact that, like, they've still never thought of doing it baffles me.
Well, dude, they have to remake a bunch of Disney movies first and stuff, so they haven't changed all the Marvel characters from white to black and from male to female and from straight to gay.
I mean,
they'll get to it.
Maybe the Japanese Beast War series had a whole subplot with Lady Gaga that made absolutely no sense, and then the music was like questionable, so they just didn't import the show.
Yeah, man. Yo, so is Wally the only one on here that maybe even has a chance of knowing Inhumanoids? Did you guys ever see that?
I don't think I ever caught that one.
No, neither did I.
Inhumanoids was like one of those like classic cartoons that Christian cancel culture, like the moms came in and canceled because it was too brutal. Oh, it was amazing.
Humanoids.
Inhumanoids.
Yeah, the Inhumanoids.
Yeah, so they like literally had people dying in the show, like episode after episode.
Oh,
it was drawn in like this really cool like comic book style. Everybody looked like more like real and less cartoony.
Really?
That's what was shocking to me about
so
Exo Squad in the 90s was like important characters died in that show. And they remember Exo Squad?
You're talking about this shit?
Yeah, man, that's it. Look at that. Look, yeah, right there. The blood covered all over him and stuff. He would open up his rib cage and he would put people inside his rib cage. He would take his claw, go up to people that are sleeping, and like just poke them with it, and you go decompose, and they would die before your eyes, becoming these like zombie creatures.
Never saw this.
Like,
dude.
The main the fat guy there on the far right, he's like he's the leader of them, right? And he like lives in the Earth's core, and he like takes lava and he pours it inside of like these like Confederate soldiers, and so like there's a bunch of Confederate soldiers talking in Confederate kind of like accents, going around and fighting people and stuff.
So are they all racist?
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
You mean basist?
They're based. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so you see those four guys, the four characters there. That's like Earth Core, right? So they were like researchers and stuff, and they'd had different kind of like suits to like dig at rock and like grappling hooks and stuff. Such a good show, man.
Shit. Okay, hey, does anybody have Anson Knowles on Discord or something? We got to send him an invite. Anson wants in. Actually, you know what? I'll just put it in the fucking chat. Anson, come in.
Sounds good. Thanks for the support too, Anson, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Hold on. Go ahead and continue. I need to find my
Inhumanoids.
Yeah, dude, I have never heard of that shit.
Dude, they have like this sweet like helicopter flying scene in the intro and stuff. Like, so good because it's back then when it's all like hand drawn and all that, you know?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, dude, this shit looks like it was an actual comic book.
Yeah, man, it's sweet. You should look for like the human pictures, man. Like, it looks really good. Like,
all the cool stuff from the 80s ended in oid. We all know that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's true. No kidding, bro. All right, Anson, get your ass in here. The stream link is in the chat, bro. And then Chris should be joining us in a bit as well. We got I think all you guys are VK dudes, right? All of you.
Yeah.
So there you go. We got it in.
Anson's come on some VK too, man.
Yeah. I think I've seen Anson on there before, plenty of times.
If you don't.
But dude, when I was a kid, did you guys ever play the Mega Man games growing up?
Oh yeah,
I did.
Dude,
amazing.
I played all of them.
Yeah, Bricky, what's up, bro? Actually, speaking of VK guy,
get on that rant, man.
Where's that fucking accent?
Hey, boys, you all right?
Doing good, man.
Great. Yourself?
Ricky, my brother, how are you?
Wally, I'm a bit disappointed that Jake never gave me an invite of his nerd zone.
Bro. I'm gonna get shit on by everybody. You didn't invite me. I'm like, dude.
The geeks rejecting the geeks. That's no good, man.
Hey, but now you're here, Bricky. It's all good.
That's the dad in people like me and Brick who got kids. We don't get mad. We get disappointed.
Yeah, but this is it. I mean, I've wore glasses since I was 3 years old. Right, okay. So I'm a genuine bona fide nerd. You know, I mean, even boys, I used to have to wear a patch on me good eye, right? Okay, you know, at one point. Now, this wasn't a cool pirate patch. This was an overgrown fucking plaster, right? I got stuck to me good eye, and made me weak eye work more. Didn't do us any fucking good, but I mean. We've got Wally. We've got Wally in here. You do know Wally was a jock. He was on the fucking He was on the.
That's news to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's not a nerd.
You want me to dig out my prom pictures, Brick? The girls were hot, but I wasn't.
Please, Wally, do that.
Bro, I feel like Bricky is Seamus from Family Guy. Like he could do the voice for this dude right here.
Yeah,
that's what I picture Bricky to look like.
With the patch as well.
With the patches, yeah.
You are.
What's up, Anson?
Hey, what's going on, Jake? I hadn't seen you on a panel since Mr. Westford times.
Yeah,
I was watching on that. He don't do his show no more, though, do we?
I see him on occasion.
Yeah, I haven't heard him in a while.
I've seen him. I feel like I saw him live recently.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out again.
How we doing, Anson? How we do, Anson? Never mind Jake. He didn't invite us until you give him $2, right? Okay.
Bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wonder what I'll get for 10.
I mean, Chris was offering head.
You give Jake $10. We'll all change our shirts again.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Actually, Wicked Wally will dress up as Scorpion for $10.
I don't have the gear for that.
Make do with it, man.
You don't fit into the outfit?
I got the gear to do Vega versus Ken with Farney. That's about it.
Oh shit! Just do Vega.
Wally's got the physique for Mario. That's about it.
Bowser more like it.
I got the physique for Kingpin too. Actually, I just got to shave my head like I used to.
No shit. You're definitely a Kingpin guy.
Speaking of Kingpin, has anybody been
I don't know,
watching
man.
Born
I
Again?
saw Kingpin in a movie, and he was black, man. You're not black, so you can't be Kingpin, man.
That's true.
Sorry.
Dude,
yeah, Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin in that movie, and you're right, Farney. He was black and dead.
So here's the thing. I actually defend that choice because in 2002, I mean, the movie came out in 03, but it was being cast and filmed in 01 and 02. And at the time, physically, there was not an actor
the only choice available.
No, he was good in those
good.
ways, but he's
He was
supposed to be an Italian mobster boss kind of thing, not
fit. I don't know. Is fit he's supposed to be a mob boss, but I mean, you have black mob criminals, not mafia, not like Italian, but I don't know it.
He was sophisticated mob boss, not ghetto mob boss.
No, but he was sophisticated.
Yeah, he had style, class,
Michael Clark Duncan did all those things.
I did like him in the role. That was
the only good thing.
Feel preachy to me. It felt just like they were trying to get a guy that could play him properly. Right?
The only good things about that movie was him and Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell Bullseye was actually really awesome. I liked him.
Wait there. The best thing about that movie was the end.
Oh, when it finished? Yeah, when the credits started rolling.
I really like the director's cut of that movie. The director's cut of Ben Affleck's Daredevil is actually good.
It's a much better film, yeah.
It's much superior product to the theatrical cut by far.
I didn't even know there was a director's cut.
It adds about an extra 20-minute subplot that makes the ending where everybody finds out that Fisk is the Kingpin actually makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Coolio is in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to have Coolio, man.
Yo, and he's
Yo,
fucking
this is the
hilarious
director's
in it,
cut
too.
of Daredevil, you said?
Yeah.
Yo, man, I gotta check that out then, man.
I think Ben Affleck's really good for comic book movies. He's a great actor. I really liked him as Batman. He's like the. Well, I can't say that with a straight face. Sorry, I was about to say.
I 100% can.
I feel bad for Ben Affleck when it comes to some of that shit because, like, here's the thing. I'm convinced the worst thing you can do as an actor in Hollywood is say that you are a fan of the property that you're being cast in, because then fans consider that project is yours. Even though Ben Affleck didn't write Daredevil, didn't produce it, didn't direct it, he just acted in it. It's his movie that he fucked up, according to all the fans. Same thing when Reynolds did Green Lantern. Same thing when Nick Cage did Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ghost Rider was pretty good.
Well, I was gonna say, and Nick Cage actually is a Ghost Rider fan.
Yeah.
He actually is
Yeah,
a
he's
comic
big.
fan.
He-
Nick Cage's real name is Nicholas Coppola. He's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew, I think. He chose the last name Cage as his stage name because of Luke Cage, because he was a fan of Heroes for Hire as a kid.
No shit, really? That's
Yes.
why?
Because
I didn't
he's
know
a
that.
fan of Power Man, also known as
Holy
Luke Cage.
shit.
And yeah, seriously,
You got
look it up.
Damon.
Hey,
Damon.
Damon.
Finally
There
making
you
it.
go.
But no, like I defend this all the time. I actually really I unironically loved him as Batman. I thought he was the best movie Batman we've ever had.
Bro, actually, dude, Ben Affleck looks exactly like the cartoon version of Bruce Wayne from the 90s.
He looks like Bruce Wayne, 100%.
Yeah, big time.
Especially in Batman v Superman when he was fully roided out. When
Yeah.
he was, like on TRT and throwing a ball, and he was doing CrossFit, and he was super jacked. Yeah, he looked like, by the time he get to Justice League, he'd kind of checked out a little bit and he'd lost a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah,
He
but
was
that
still
first
good.
run.
Like, I just watched the Snyder cut of Justice League again the other day, and he's still good in it. But yeah, it's like you could tell he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, but we're not blaming Bruce Willis, who was
There you go, Palpatine.
he played who did he play? He played Braveheart.
Side.
William Wallace. We're not blaming Bruce Willis, is it? For
Mel Gibson.
No, Mel Gibson.
Mel
Mel Gibson, that's it.
No.
Where the fuck did I get Bruce Willis from? Who's Bruce Willis?
Bruce
Die
Willis. Yeah, Die Hard. The bald guy.
That's
John
even
McClane.
better. Oh, that's
Untouchables.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. But so we're not blaming Mel Gibson.
I could be so terrible right now, Bricky. You have no idea.
No, go on, please, Wally. This is why I love you. Please be terrible.
I was going to say, I'm not
gonna say that-
surprised. I was going to say, Bricky, I'm not surprised you don't remember who Bruce Willis is these days. I don't think he does either.
Dementia joke. Oh, savage.
Oh,
What the fuck did I walk into, fellas?
I'm an awful
Wally.
fucking person. Thank you very
Wally.
much. I'm going
Wally,
to hell.
that's why I fucking love you, kid. That's why I love you. Right, okay. So anyway, we've got Chris, yeah? We've got Chris
Wally's going
listening,
to
yeah?
hell. Wally's going to hell.
speaking of which, have any of you watched Born Again, Daredevil Born Again?
Yes.
I heard it was good. I haven't seen it.
It is.
It's good so far. They've made some choices that I'm not happy with, but they're relatively minor things that I can kind of look past. And I mean, can we go spoilers? Anybody care?
I
Not
don't mind.
really.
I don't mind.
Don't, because Disney's going to end up spoiling it in the end, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably. Well,
Chad,
okay.
Chad, do one of these, but for your ears.
They fucking I'm looking at the chat right now. Nobody said.
Let me
anything.
guess, they kill somebody major in the first 5 minutes just to hook people in.
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, how the fuck did I know that?
Here's the thing. I'm not even talking about that because I unironically hated that character. He's the worst character in the first.
So it did
Daredevil
happen.
series on Netflix.
So that did happen.
Exactly.
Damon got it right.
Well, I thought the joke was we all already knew because they spoiled it on purpose.
No, I didn't. I didn't have a Scooby Doo until you just
I
it
apologize.
fly.
Anyway,
Why couldn't they have killed off She-Hulk? Just be like, oh, get yourself checked out. She died of AIDS.
And she got it from Daredevil, bro. She got it from Matt Murdock.
No, she's kissing
Definitely
Captain
gotta kill
Marvel, the woman version, and as they're kissing, boom, a meteor hits them both, and the movie starts. That'd be the best intro to a movie.
this is the funniest thing about this is the funniest thing about Born Again so far. Okay, so that Echo TV series that Kingpin was a big part of, dog shit. Everybody hated it, but
Sure.
they have directly referenced.
Oh, is
it
that with
in
the fat one-legged deaf illegal? Is that one?
What?
I don't know if she had one leg. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's right. Either way, you're basically on the money, Damon.
Yeah, she hit every single ESG credit on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they were
anyways-
definitely on PIP, DWP, mobility, the lot, right? When they were doing that, right?
Well, here's the
Coming
thing,
out there on a mobility scooter.
So even though Echo was dog shit and everybody hated it, they still referenced it. They haven't even made a peep about She-Hulk. Like, so we know which one of those that Marvel's really ashamed of is that Matt's not like the closest thing you're gonna get to a reference to She-Hulk is you see his red and yellow costume from She-Hulk. But so far in the first 3 episodes, he hasn't even mentioned the She-Hulk. He hasn't mentioned being in California. The movie I can't remember, that show took place in California, I think.
Probably.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard somebody say that they're not going to be able to, or that they're actively trying to avoid making any mention of She-Hulk until the court case is finished.
Wait, what court case?
Is this a joke or something? She's a lawyer and stuff. So like,
wait, in real life, there's a lawsuit or what? For
Yeah,
She-Hulk?
Tatiana Maslany and somebody else, I think, are suing Disney and Ryan Reynolds. Someone at Disney, Marvel, and Ryan Reynolds because they tried to say that like they were like forced out of the Deadpool movie and they shot a lot of scenes for it, the Deadpool Wolverine. And it was supposed to be in a future director's cut. Kind of ironic since it's the actual director who didn't want She-Hulk in it and cut her out of it.
Wow. Reynolds also didn't want her in it. And he threatened to walk over it at one point. At one point,
he and the director were both threatening to walk. Yeah.
Like if you
Here's
give her
my
in this movie,
practical
I will
question about Deadpool and Wolverine. Why did Ghost Rider not get a reference in that movie, but all the other Fox properties did?
Oh,
that's
he
a good
should have.
point.
That would have been
yeah.
probably because like Nick Cage is like just not. I don't think he could have done it anymore. Like he's so like.
They didn't have enough cocaine for him to bring him back.
But here's the thing: his cameo would have made sense because technically, like of all the Fox property characters, Ghost Rider is the only character who should have been strong enough to be like you're dialing 911 because he can actually fuck up Cassandra.
But
that's the thing. He could technically kill her. Let's be fair. We know he could have killed Thanos as well. Like we know the penance there works on Thanos.
Yeah,
he feels shit. So
how could she have killed him by nagging him to death?
You got my pronoun wrong. Yeah.
And let's face it, Wolverine was never ever created as part of an X-Man, right? He just ended up getting morphed into it, right? Okay, if you actually look back at it.
Yeah, he's like a nomad, right? He like comes and goes.
He was originally a Hulk antagonist, not a villain, because he was never portrayed as like a bad guy. But his first appearance was in the Incredible Hulk. So.
Yeah, as a
but
villain,
the stupidest thing is like if they wanted to do like a really cool crossover and actually give some longer lasting kind of entertainment to Deadpool Wolverine, they should have done an alternate reality where Deadpool ends up killing Thanos. Because like in the original story, like, you know, Deadpool's power originally was because he was in a relationship with Death and Thanos wanted to wipe out half the universe to please Death. So there was like a weird love triangle between the three of them.
Well, Lady Death, right?
Yeah, Lady Death,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Keep Mrs. Brick out of this fucking conversation, please.
Man, the horrible things a man will do to the universe for a woman.
Cool, Damon.
I wanted to see
that's
like
his
Thanos walking
force,
in,
right?
But if you see Thanos walking in on Deadpool fucking the shit out of Lady Death, and like just that would have owned Thanos worse than anyone else did. That would have been brilliant.
Anson changed his avatar picture to boobies, and I like it.
No, Anson.
Coomer is as Coomer does, man. This is the nerd zone. I got to put the object of the thing that none of us get there, right?
I thought he was just.
Oh no!
I'm just going to screenshot that. I'm just going to screenshot that for a lonely night.
Fake news.
Oh no! Melanie Mac is going to kill us all in our sleep now.
Let's be fair. If nerds actually cared about tits, then Madam Web would have succeeded. But
that
Sydney
was
Sweeney
awful
couldn't
movie.
save that shit.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, why? Nerds don't give a shit. Half the guys that probably went to watch Madam Web have got bigger tits than she has. So, like,
Heyo.
Hey, bro.
Also, like, look at all of the girl interests for the superheroes. It was always girl next door kind of vibe. It was not some skank. It was always like a down to earth traditional woman. It wasn't like some nasty, disgusting.
Like She-Ra. Like She-Ra.
She-Ra?
She-Ra.
Okay,
Like when
okay,
remember
okay.
He-Man? Remember He-Man?
Yeah, She-Ra. Yeah.
Fair enough, point made.
Hey, Marty's not
Only
wrong.
like thin lines of like fur and shit.
That was a
Oh, wait,
that
She-Ra,
was a
definitely.
based comparison of a man, right? Okay,
Yeah.
She-Ra. But now we've just gone. I mean, let's face it. For 1 week of the month, they're not going to be able to do anything, right? But sit and moan and bitch at the cast or the director. Okay. And even when
isn't
they
it
get past,
funny? Isn't it funny how we never had female heroes that were any stronger, any more independent, or any more genuinely three-dimensional as a character than before the days that these fucking morons came along and said, we need more female representation. We need girl bosses.
They're still not genuinely three-dimensional. That's why they suck. If they actually drew the female characters, their arc and their development properly, like they do the men, then they would make good characters. I don't give a fuck if they're female leads or whatever. They just have to be well developed. What they did to Star Wars, I will never forgive Disney for what they did to Star Wars by putting.
Listen, I'll fight you guys. Best female fucking hero from nerddom is fucking Ellen Ripley, bro.
Yes,
down.
thank you.
Hands down. Sigourney
Yes,
Weaver, bro, from
I was
Alien.
gonna say no, you're wrong, and then I was gonna say Ripley, but you said Ripley, man.
Well, and here's the thing: not only
Game
that, but,
over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
and in
And it
particular,
was
in
70s.
Aliens.
And it was 70s.
Well, here's the
But
thing.
if you think about it though, one thing that they did fuck up was to try and make her look better in the sequel where the stakes were a lot higher. They had to bring in a bunch of guys and make them fucking useless.
Yes,
They
I know.
did do that.
Yeah.
Well, kind
Like-
of. The idea
they
is
kind
that
of brought
they
it
didn't know
back in number 3, though, dude, where they showed how she's a woman and like she's trapped with all these men that can easily physically dominate her.
Yeah, but that was partly because of the male alien growing in her. No, sorry.
Well, no, it was
Just
also
wanted to be a bit.
She had internalized misogyny.
If we're going, if we're going with,
it was a queen anyway.
So,
So it doesn't
like,
work.
I can push back on this. The Colonial Marines and Aliens 2 were kind of useless, but that was meant to show that, like, she knew how to deal with a xenomorph.
Yeah,
She'd
yeah.
already dealt with it, whereas these guys were all like, woman, I don't need to listen to you. I'm just going to walk dick first into this nest of xenomorphs, and then they all they should have listened. Also,
They
I
weren't
just wanna say-
unskilled. They were just
No.
their pride.
They
is
were
what
over,
led
yeah.
to their fall, right? They were
But you had
so-
like there's nothing wrong with like a super fucking strong, powerful, like OP as fuck chick, as long as you don't write her like that cliched Mary Sue character, right?
Black Widow
Like-
in Iron Man 2 is a great example.
Yeah, yeah. You've got in
The
any
action sequence at the end of
franchises.
the film when she just
Yeah.
walks through when she walks through Hammer Industries, beats the shit out of all of his security guards. Nobody cared. Nobody was all like, "Look,
that's never going to happen in real life, is it?
But
Yeah, but the thing is that what was cool was that number one, she relied on shit tons of gadgets, right?
Mhm.
Number two, there was actually good fight choreography.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of the things that whether you like it or not, if you look at the original series of Buffy, for the time, it had better fight choreography than any other TV series. So you could believe that this kind of like skinny as shit, tiny chick was actually kicking ass because number one, she was using a weapon. Number two, she actually did fight pretty well. Like the stuntmen, the stunt coordinators in that were good. You know, look at things like even Underworld, like Celine in Underworld.
Yeah,
Like,
that was good.
She was
Most
pretty
people-
good,
was
dude.
awesome.
She was good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she
are
moved
breaking
like
my heart
fucking,
going
right?
into
Every
these other
red-blooded
examples,
man, every red-blooded man started having a little fucking crush on Kate Beckinsale after that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did 100%.
Right. But look at all of that. Like there's directors like look at Luc Besson. Like you got Nikita, you've got fucking Fifth Element, you've got like all these tiny skinny chicks that are like kicking ass. But there's actual development to the character to explain how or why they can do it.
Well,
And
I mean,
up
and there's
until-
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm more fine with that as well.
Well, they
give
all
them
had
some sort of
superpowers.
reason as to why they were not.
Yeah, but
normal women.
the
They were, like,
superpower thing can work
changed.
out wrong, right? Like
Yeah.
if you look at the origin, like look at William Molston, right? He created Wonder Woman. Why? Why the fuck did he create Wonder Woman? Because he said that the problem with comics was all of the like blood curdling toxic masculinity. I mean, he didn't say toxic masculinity, but he said masculinity. He wanted to have something to fight masculinity in comics. And
Sounds like
She
a
was
simp.
garbage.
Sounds
yeah,
like a simp.
so when the original kind of idea behind her started failing, like and when she actually did start succeeding, I was like, think about it. I want to fight masculinity in comics. So who am I going to create? I want to create a strong female character. I'm going to stick her tits out to everyone, and she's going to be wearing practically nothing. Oh, look,
Yeah.
she succeeded. I wonder why.
And
Because
she's
of
got
fucking
a
masculinity.
dominatrix whip with her too, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It was nothing to do with her being a strong woman. It was to do with the titties on show.
exactly.
Well, strong
And-
women have titties.
And what happened when Wonder Woman
Don't be
2
a
failed?
titty hater.
They said it failed because of gatekeepers and all of the toxic men who don't like watching a strong female character. So why the fuck did the first one succeed? The first one did really well because
Yeah.
she was actually a cool character. She had depth to her. In number 2, she just became this fucking absolute feminist fucking wet dream, and nobody
Yeah.
liked it.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
now,
on.
now look
Well,
at where
also, it didn't help that the director was straight up saying that, like, I turned Maxwell Lord into a parody of Trump.
Trump,
people
exactly,
immediately
yeah,
freaked
yeah.
Out. Like, I'm not going to go watch a 2-hour feminist circle jerk where the main villain is Orange Man. Like, people were tired of that shit.
Yeah, but you were saying earlier about how like they did Ripley wrong in Aliens, right? The second movie. I disagree. I think like the reason that you see her being even more like realistic is because she was put in that mother role with Newt. Like the whole fact of that she had the little girl to look after in the movie made it even more believable why she was able to like access more of these like
No, I agree with
abilities
that.
that girl.
Yeah.
Also,
There was that
Sigourney
moment
Weaver-
when she threw. Sorry, I was just going to say there's that moment when she throws herself in danger, where she dives into the water, like to try
Yeah.
and save me. Like there
So
was
good,
a lot
man.
of that. But if you look at her in the first film, she's a survivor, and if you look
Yeah.
at her in the second film, she's pretty much a predator. She's actually hunting the aliens in some parts. Like
Yeah.
so, like they really do flip that a lot.
So
Like,
let's
like-
go back and ask this question again, gentlemen, because we're all men on, yeah, right? Okay, you know when you were younger, 5-6 years old, say for example, who was the strongest female character in your life?
Oh, in
My
like real life,
grandma.
not in films. Oh, okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was either
grandma
your mother,
and
your
mom, bro.
grandmother,
Grandma
right?
and mom.
Yeah.
Right?
my grandma
And
was the
again,
only person I saw beat the shit out of my dad. So if someone can beat the shit out of your dad, then
Yeah.
it's a
My
win.
grand beat the shit out of me.
But Demo, you know, if there was a burglar or an intruder that came into the house, right? Okay, Dad never nudged Mum and went, "Go on, it's your turn." Right, you go and do it. Right, okay. Like what Mum done is Mum woke up, right, because she knew her kid. Like it's like a screaming baby when they're newborn, right? The gentleman, the man doesn't wake up, right? Okay, the woman has an instinct. So when the women hear this, right, they go, "Bum," nudge the gentleman and go, "Right, go and fucking sort it out," right? Bum, and that's when the man steps up, but with the obviously the encouragement from the female. So I love how my mother and my grandmother years ago used to be able to walk into the room with 15, 20 siblings in there, right, and make them all shit their pants, right, and bow down to her with
Bro,
doing nothing but raising
yeah.
her voice.
Bricky,
I wanna-
I grew up in a community with Afrikaans white ladies, bro. They would live on a farm and have the one story was one of the farm workers came in with a knife on a Sunday, and she's like, "You busy cooking?" And she's like, "You know what? You just fucked up today, bro." Took the jaffle pan off the stove, spinned around, and fucking knocked him the fuck out.
Nice.
So like they're
The
different
moment-
kind of breed, bro. They're different
Can I
kind
just
of
say
breed.
the moment
but
you
then
said
there's
white
ridiculous shit.
person, the
Like,
moment you said white person on a farm in South Africa, I was like, you've got to be a hot ass. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
dude, he came
The
in
whole
with a knife,
fucking
bro.
universe wants you dead. So-
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
just saying
yeah.
this to him before demo. I was literally just saying this to him before.
And my
Does
and my
any
grand
season give
my
We're
some
trying to
kind of
raise
granddad
five.
me.
We're now trying to raise 5 million for Chris to come to America on the gold card.
Bricky, listen. So, and my at like 17, I was like, Gran, you want to fight? Like, joking, bro. She puts up a duke. She's like, let's go, pussy. I'm like, oh shit, bro. She just walks forwards, jabs me on the nose, and she had like rings and shit. She had like
Gran
proper
puts
rings.
her oven
Bro, she
mitts on and
jabs me
bashes
straight on
Chris
the
all
nose.
over.
I'm like, what
So
the
so
fuck, bro?
I got a female related question. The best female anti-hero was Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Yes,
Yeah,
Michelle
Yeah,
Pfeiffer.
I can agree with that.
She was great. She was great, but
Michelle
she also
Pfeiffer.
was
Michelle
very
Pfeiffer.
feminist. But yeah, very
No,
great. Like-
she was good.
Here-
I don't
here's
care.
my
I'd let her be
question,
feminist.
like-
As long as she's wearing those clothes, she can be as feminist as she
She
wants.
could have whatever
Yeah,
flavor-
but we
You know?
all knew Batman was simping. Batman was simping on Catwoman. He was scared. He didn't want to hit her back, right? Okay, but we all know if he did,
Yeah,
he'd
exactly.
fucking punch
He
her all
went
over.
You know that Christopher Walken died his happiest death in that film.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
it
man.
doesn't matter that he got burnt to a crisp.
So-
Like that's
Before we get off the family one, I got a quick one for you. So yeah, my grandma, right? She grew up in India, and my uncle had a cobra go under his chair, and she just grabs the cobra and whips it like this and throws it away.
What the fuck?
So like, yeah, and she would always go fisticuffs with my grandfather, and like here you get a little bit of a secret here with Barney. I was in Cuba with her, and I had to share a bed with her. I'm like, just so you know, like I can like you know, like cuddle in my sleep or something stupid. Very embarrassing stuff, right? And she didn't understand that's what I meant. And she's like, oh, that's okay. Tony would always be like kicking me and stuff like that. I just kick him off the bed. Like it's just like, oh god. So there
So-
you go. More than you
A
ever need to
cobra,
know
what the
about
fuck?
party, guys.
Dude.
Funny, did that cobra end up in a pot with some onions and
Oh,
fucking
that would have been
sage?
delicious, eh? Nah,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Whipped it.
But for I'll also no. But I will also say, dude, I don't know. I think it's something in the water here, bro. Because as well, survived cancer and had a full-on home invasion where she
Oh,
saved herself and my grandfather with like
Damn.
3 or 4 guys that had them tied up. Different kind of breed, bro.
Dude, grandmothers are something else. Have you guys seen the trailer to the new the T1000 trailer for Mortal Kombat 1?
it
No,
doesn't
no.
look
Oh,
like
dude,
Robert Patrick. It
Cuz
doesn't look like Robert Patrick. I'm sorry. It's
Well,
really cool. The moves and everything.
yeah.
they do
Yeah.
look cool, but it's funny because they have the grandma as his as the accompanied character. Madame Bo. Madame Bo's specialty attack, like the main one when she does a specialty, is getting her chancla and beating the character with him. Is the chancla, dude?
Nice.
I was like, what the
Nice.
fuck is this shit?
Nice,
That's total
dude.
grandma shit, dude. If you ever got
Yeah,
beat
It's like
yeah.
Mrs.
with a
Mrs.
chancla.
Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire was literally, genuinely my nana. Like
That's cool.
she was
The only
Your dad
tranny
was a
that's
man.
acceptable to watch.
Yeah.
His grandmother was trans, yeah.
well, I didn't know she was trans then, but I mean, like I do now.
After she was bouncing you on her lap, you realised.
She made a
But I
fucking
get
hell of a
you,
Sunday
man.
lunch.
It's like that sweet grandma bacon pies kind of thing, right?
Oh no,
No,
Forney, she wasn't. There's no, mate. I'm not kidding you. Look at Forney. All joking aside, but my grandmother, both of them are dead now, right? Okay, but what I mean is me grandmother that I was more closest to. She, right, when I went to see her in hospital when she was dying, right? Okay, my mom has 3 brothers, so she had 4 children. 1 girl, my mother, and 3 boys. Now every one of them boys were like, hey, can you go see me, man? My mother was like, she had to hold it together. Go and see me, mum, me nana, every single day, right? And just put up with the whole torment and shit like that, right? I went to see me nana, right? And my mum went to this. She went, Christopher, son, she will not be happy that the fact she hasn't had her hair dyed, right? And you can see her, right? So I'm going to warn you now that she won't be happy seeing you, right? She couldn't speak. She looked at us and I could see the anger in her eyes, but the love in me mum. at the end of all this, right, me mum, being the only woman, had to sort all the funeral arrangements out, all of the getting rid of the whole householder stuff and moving it on and shit like that, while all them three boys just melted like fucking rich tea biscuits in a cup of tea. Right? You know, it was a strong woman, which ended up being my mother, that dealt with a strong woman, which was my grandmother, while all them three snowflakes sat there, right, and whinged and moaned and bitched on. And I mean, let's face it, taxes and death, two of the most certain things that's going to happen. I say just relish them. It's going to happen.
Yeah, but your grandma would have been alive during the war, man. And that
She
war
was.
fucking toughened everyone up.
Yes,
she
Rome
was.
is correct, and he didn't get the role because Schwarzenegger bitched to high heaven that Wallace was
I'm going to say
taller
this
than
now.
him.
You know, my other nana, right? Me dad's mom. She was German, like me. She was German, so she told me stories about when she was a little girl and had to go out into the front street and watch Hitler parade through the streets of Germany and shit like that. And I mean,
I did not know that.
Bricky,
Well, you did-
not this
Sorry,
topic.
sorry.
Back to nerd shit. T1, T1000.
So I
Let's go.
Check
was
this
gonna
out.
say,
Hold on.
like,
Hold on, two things.
whoa.
One, Anson, you got to
Yep.
stop with the boobies because you're triggering Cat. And
Yeah,
She's just jealous. 'cause
Jake, you
hers
gotta
would be
watch
older.
Anson. It looks like
She's
it's
jealous
your
because she's got no
boobies.
boobies.
No,
she's like
It looks like it's your boobs, Jake.
It's got vinegar.
You're right, bro. Hold on. Let me move me in the middle. Now it's your tits, bro.
Oh, damn it, bro.
and then the
Yeah,
second
we've
thing,
got the biggest tit on YouTube in the top left.
Yeah, there you go. There you go,
Thank
Chris.
Jake, I put some in the
Jake,
back. I
Jake.
put some in the back.
Yo.
Set.
I just wanted to say your earlier thing that you were talking about when you mentioned Madame Bo, right?
Uh-huh.
At first, I didn't realize it was Madame Bo. And when I saw the cigarette in the mouth, I was like, they should have put the old lady out of Kung Fu Hustle in it as a character.
Dude, that lady is like the most badass, bro.
Oh, that move
Yeah,
where
I
she
love
just
that old
inhales the
lady.
entire cigarette and just
Yeah.
screams and
Bro, yeah, when
kills
she
all those
does the-
skeletons.
Yeah, no shit.
That was,
Isn't she
that was
nailed?
so fucking cool.
That does sound
Now-
like Cat a bit, like.
The entire reason why I was like, I need you to show this picture is because like this was actually from Alien, the
Yeah,
first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was so hot. Holy shit! Like, she's never played anything this sexy
Is she
ever again.
I
She's
didn't like
ugly
her
as
face
fuck.
though, dude.
She's
The only thing
ugly
is I
as
didn't
fuck.
like her
that
face.
hot, bro.
She's got a man's jaw.
Oh,
Like-
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I was
Oh,
never that
oh.
attracted to her, bro. Like her face
Yeah,
isn't
no.
really.
But that you have to admit that scene, like
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
so-
good scene.
You've on
it's her best-
I don't find her
best
attractive. I don't give a shit what she's wearing or not wearing.
It's her best one, but it's still not great.
It's like Jamie Lee Curtis, one of the hottest bodies ever, but the face, what the fuck? Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
the
just
fucking
unfortunate.
Was it
scene
like
in,
Kylie Minogue? Was it like Kylie Minogue?
Kylie Minogue kind of as
Kylie
well,
Minogue's
but I
cute.
wouldn't really rate the body on her either.
But Kylie Minogue's cute.
Gwen Stefani.
like I don't think.
Gwen
If
Stefani
we're
is hot,
talking,
bro.
if we're
Okay,
talking
so
hot
Chris,
Australian
Kylie Minogue was very cute in the early '90s when she played Cammy in Street Fighter, and she had her hair in
Yeah.
between braids.
Dude,
Like,
I
that
remember
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue being cute as hell from Biodome, bro. She was in
Remember, I
Biodome with
just
Polly
can't
Shore.
Peter
Biodome, fuck.
Tammy.
Out of my head. That one.
If we're gonna talk hot Australian
I don't know,
singers,
Chris.
though,
Maybe
Natalie
women with
Imbruglia.
accents just
Natalie
do it
Imbruglia
for me.
took it.
Natalie Imbruglia was really hot.
Oh,
No, like,
dude,
the,
yeah.
The jawline doesn't bother me. Like I don't mind sharp features on a woman's face. It doesn't bother me at all.
Or an Adam's
I-
apple. You
like,
don't
I
mind an
think-
Adam's apple.
Hold on. What other movie did this chick come out in?
What?
Sigourney.
Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah, didn't she come out in? Wasn't she the main character in Myers?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. She played
Yeah,
Dana
she
Barrett.
was
There
the
you go. It's
gatekeeper.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the gatekeeper, man.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember what other fucking movie she came out in. It was Ghostbusters.
Wasn't the new Ghostbusters, was it? Like the new Barbie?
Oh,
No.
No, it was the original, 1984.
Yeah,
I almost
1984
almost
Ghostbusters.
said fucking
Hello,
Adam Sandler. That was Jamie Lee
Ghostbusters.
Curtis's ugly ass.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Jamie Lee Curtis, like the striptease and True Lies. If you didn't think she was hot there, you're gay.
Trading
You're
Places,
into
where she
Nah,
got her
bro.
tits out.
What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you mean?
so-
If we don't,
okay.
we're with her. If we don't think she's hot, we're gay. I mean, I've had a wife for 22 years and 4 children. Right? Never strayed until I seen Wally. right? On
That
screen.
doesn't mean you're not gay, though, bro. I wanted to
Yeah,
say
because
that's
have you ever
that's
heard
not
of the
evidence you're not
1950s? There were a
gay.
bunch
Bro.
of gay men that had children.
Yep.
But listen, I never gave in to my urges. Okay, so
So,
But no, seriously, well, yes, obviously Trading Places where she actually went topless, like that was hot, and she was also like super young, and she was only like 20 something, so like fair enough. But like, I'd say the
fuck, you
hottest.
said 20 something when you said super young there. Fucking hell.
I'd
Honestly.
say
You were
like,
stressing.
okay, my bad, but I'd say the hottest that Jamie Lee Curtis ever was probably the striptease scene in True Lies.
That's like,
Like-
why it's saying it's wrong when you talk about what's her name,
Oh.
fucking Hermione from the first Harry Potter. You're like, whoa, bro, you need to watch
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, by the way, Rome said that Sigourney Weaver was pretty in Galaxy Quest. She was pretty in Galaxy Quest, and Galaxy Quest was a better Star Trek film than Star Trek.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest was good.
Galaxy
Tim
Quest was
Allen, bro.
great.
Like,
Galaxy
that was
Quest
a
was
great
awesome.
movie. Yeah.
Oh, so Chris, put your dick away, Chris.
And fucking Alan Rickman.
Which
I
one?
mean, he only
Yeah,
became a
like,
character in every
one?
movie
It's
he
like
did.
if you
Oh,
notice,
no,
when
bro,
we
no,
talk about,
Anson,
like all
fuck's
the
sakes.
grandma rules.
Speaking of
and
some
mom
classic, nerdy women-related shit, why is it so hard for them to get something done with Witchblade nowadays? Like you'd think people
Oh, I
would
remember
actually
Witchblade,
get
yeah.
into that shit today.
Because it
There was
wasn't
there was a lot of issues over that comic and the properties.
Dude, that one was
rights
really
to it.
perverted, bro. Witchblade was pretty
But
provocative.
don't
Yeah,
forget,
that was
don't
quite
forget, it
heavy.
also got destroyed. Any hopes of it becoming a movie got destroyed when they made that fucking god awful TV
Yeah,
adaptation
the
of it.
TNT show. I remember them promoting that during wrestling back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. That one, Birds of Prey.
like okay, it was like a big enough like I can't what was it Dark Horse Comics? But,
Dark
like,
Horse.
Yeah.
It was never this like Witchblade was never gonna. It was not like some huge something like anytime they've ever taken like one of these like B or C tier comic books and turned it into a movie, it always flops. Spawn flopped, and Spawn was the biggest of them. Spawn
Dude,
flopped.
Spawn was
Did Spawn
always
flop?
in
Wait, hold on. Did that movie flop in the box
Spawn
office?
was a
That
flop.
Yeah, that
The
flop.
live action,
was
the
awesome.
Michael
It
J.
came-
White movie was a flop, but like
Yeah,
at the
but
time,
it wasn't very
Hellboy-
good, especially
No,
when
it
it had
wasn't.
to live up to the anime, which is
No.
amazing. Like,
No,
Oh,
no,
the anime was amazing.
Hellboy made
Dude,
just
yeah.
enough money to get the sequel, and then the sequel flopped. Now, I like
Yeah.
the Golden Army. I thought the Golden Army was really good, but
Yeah.
not a lot of people did because not a lot of people went and saw it.
I
the
like
thing
Del
is-
Toro's,
the
Del
thing is,
Toro
I
was
like the
supposed to
plot for
complete
the
that.
part 3 that they never got to make, where the villain was supposed to be an angel who had been captured during World War II and re-educated into
Oh,
a
yeah.
skinhead.
Yeah, and Rasputin was supposed to come back too.
Yeah, and Cronin.
Was it?
And I loved Cronin
Yeah.
in the first
Cronin
movie.
was the best part of the first movie. He was
Yes.
great.
The plot for the third one was, you know how Del Toro likes to kind of test out his ideas in other people's projects before he does his own thing.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
plot for the third one was actually the original idea for the Strain, because in the Strain,
okay.
like if you remember, the vampire disease was from an angel that was kind of cut up, and his corpse was buried in different parts of the world.
yeah.
And the worms that feasted on his, I think it's his throat, like became those vampire worms. It was
Oh,
like
sick.
some crazy shit.
Blade 2, the
But-
same thing. Like it hit
The
creepy-
jaw that opens up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the super.
I
No,
love
man.
the,
The
I love the
sewer-
Strain because, unlike The Walking Dead, none of the main characters in the Strain ever became inexplicably retarded. In a
And
survival situation.
also, the Strain has probably got the best evil Nazi next to the one from Inglorious Bastards, the
Yeah,
Jew
dude, he
hunter.
was so good.
Oh,
in Glorious
Chris
Bastards,
Yeah.
bro.
I also love
Yeah.
that one of the original villain characters in the Strain was the hunter, hunter and the dad from Jumanji.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Yeah, like the businessman in the beginning parts of the series. That was
Who
Van
wants to
Pelt.
become immortal?
You
Yeah.
know who,
Yeah, that was Van Pelt slash
Yeah.
the dad.
Seriously, the
Dude,
first
do you-
thing I remember that guy ever being in was not Jumanji. I remember him playing the butler in the Macaulay Culkin Richie Rich movie.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
Cadbury,
yeah,
too,
yeah.
you're right.
Master Rich.
Yep.
Yeah.
Master Rich.
And also
wait.
the Van Helsing character who was
Dude.
in Harry Potter.
I
He
wanted to
was
say
fucking
now,
awesome.
what actually ties into the story is, you guys know from the Van Helsing movie, the law in there, he the I can't remember the character, but he speaks to Dracula and he says the Van Helsing is actually the left hand of God, and they kind of just glance over it, which it actually means he's Gabriel and he was stuck on Earth and lost his memory. So Van Helsing is actually Gabriel that lost his memory and is still on Earth. Like
well, Dracula
wandering.
calls him Gabriel a bunch of times in the movie.
Yeah, he calls him Gabriel. So he's actually Gabriel Van Helsing. So another like angel tie-in with the vampire.
Okay, with the
Big up
the
Jess
Bible.
White Love with a fucking membership showing a strong woman's fucking intentions.
There we go.
Thanks, Jess.
Jess White
yeah.
starting the dono train tonight.
Also,
Yeah.
hold on. There's 21
Anson.
people watching, but there's only 20 likes. So somebody in the chat is being a dick.
Somebody's being
Yeah.
stingy.
Stingy.
Yeah.
Let's show
It's
it, bro. Let's show some
Anson.
love.
Come on.
It's Anson with his
Now-
tiny penis
Watch,
pictures.
it's Jake that didn't like his own video.
It might be me actually, bro. I mean,
So
let me
why
check.
give me somebody with bulge, Anson? That guy has no bulge, bro. Don't give me a little bit of bulge.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got the
actually,
perpetrator.
Bulge.
We got the
Put
perpetrator.
Michelle Obama up
It was
there.
beaten cheeks.
It's fucking cheeks, bro. It's cheeks. Anson, I don't want action man bulge, bro. Come on, bro.
I'll put my beaten cheeks picture up for you.
So, anyways,
Oh,
like
beaten- I
what
yeah,
I'm
please.
hearing, for the most part, the same like kind of people that we respect in life that line up with, like I said, with the Ripley and Aliens.
Sky, dude.
Is this mother role kind of thing, right? So when women are being women, that's when we like them. They can be like badasses. It's just in that woman way kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're talking about so
don't-
Tony, if
don't-
we're talking about like based nerdy grandmas, Grandma Wicked was built different from everybody else.
Grandma Wicked.
So my grandma
I love to.
was
Wicked Wallace.
Wicked.
I get you.
Nana Wicked one.
Beaten cheeks.
so,
We got
yeah,
two
Nana
British
Wicked was
N-words
built
on
different.
panel.
That we're talking a woman who in her 70s was purposely watching and enjoying ECW wrestling.
Nice.
Nice.
So
So
when, in the early 2000s, two of my grandmother's favorite wrestlers became the Dudleys.
Dude,
And her
that
and
Wally.
the highlight of her week every week was seeing
Yes,
what
that's so, like,
woman was going to be
bro.
put through a table by the Dudleys so that she could laugh at the girl getting put through the table.
fucking May, bro.
fucking Mae Young.
May Young, dude. That was May Young. Dude, by the way, Wally, I love that your grandmothers loved wrestling because my grandmother on my mom's side was a huge wrestling fan, dude. She hated Ric Flair, hated him with a passion because he would cheat all the time. She hated it.
Dude,
My
I still,
grandma
got
didn't
I
like
still
that I
have
watched
the
wrestling.
WCW shirt I bought my grandmother when I was 12 years old when I went to the Boston Garden for the first Nitro in Boston
Really?
back in
Fuck
like
yeah.
97.
You went to
Like the
yeah.
NWO was hot when the NWO angle was hot. Like the Sting Hogan match hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So like that summer, like WCW was on fire that year.
Yeah, it was. By the way, 10 gifted memberships from Jess White. Thank you so much, Jess. I really appreciate that, the love that she's showing right now. Thank you very much. And of course, thank you for all the panelists to give out this content for me, man. I appreciate all you guys.
How did we
but-
have
Having us,
Hanson
dude.
swap with Beaten that easy?
I just
Sorry,
want to
I
say,
mean-
beaten cheeks. We have two British N-words. They're both at the bottom.
That's
We
true.
have two today.
Ew.
And you're giving it the big licks because you're in the top left, you little dickhead. You. I can crawl up two places and get you, know.
So,
Listen.
Farney, I keep a collection of
Rick
various
couldn't
streamers'
sound more
icons.
white if he
Oh,
tried.
okay, it is still Hanson. All right.
Yeah.
Trip me out, man. Because I thought I saw Beaton's in the chat too.
He's in the
I'm
chat.
like,
Yeah.
What?
Hold on.
Bricky, you need to first take whoever's balls you got in your mouth out so we can understand your fucking English. Bruv.
Take it out, bro.
I don't speak English, Chris. You know that.
You a fucking scouser.
It's still English.
Man, we still gotta do that masculinity in anime though sometime, Jake, man. That's why
Yeah,
I thought
for sure.
Wow, that's going to be a quick conversation.
That's
Fucking-
Dude, well, 'cause-
What?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
'Cause, dude,
There's some good ones.
That's a big
You
one,
know
bro,
who my-
because I had that same stream with Nuke. Nuke, he's a red pill guy. He's the one that's dating Pearl Davis. I had a show with him, and we talked about anime and masculinity, Howard and Twice. We did a whole fucking stream
Yeah.
about that, dude. That's a big one, actually.
Nice.
When you
What
say
was
that,
what
the
was his
first
take?
character,
What was his take?
Dude, well, Nuke, he's an old school guy, bro. He talked about like Toonami, Roly Kenshin, right? Remember that anime from Dragon Ball Z? We talked about
Yeah.
the Vegeta saga arc, how Vegeta
Nice.
was always in second place. And we
He was
related
the best
to
character.
the RPs. Yeah, the best character, bro.
Okay, so wait, what do you think was Vegeta's most hardcore moment
The moment that he sacrificed his life
against Boo?
against Boo, yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Awesome.
I literally
Margin-
cried,
awesome.
bro. I cried for that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking insane.
that was the
Yeah.
best
fucking insane.
Vegeta, dude.
And
That was the
also,
best Vegeta.
do you remember when
That's
he
the
wanted to
best
enter the
Vegeta.
world tournament and he went up against the punching machine and he's just like,
Yes.
stand aside. Just
Yeah.
punches
Destroyed
it
it.
through.
Yeah, dude, he just punches it. They're like, what the fuck?
That's fucking insane.
Because all of them, like Android 18 was just like, she just flicked it and she scored like a really high score. And
Yeah.
they're like, maybe
they
this is
all did.
broken.
Krillin,
Yeah, they all
I'm
did.
going to throw a
They all
curve
did
in
that.
here, and I'm going to say
you
my
just-
favorite Vegeta moment was actually the first time he went Super Saiyan and ripped the clown droid's hands off.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Android
Like-
19.
Didn't just fuck him up, like start slowly dismembering the dude.
And then takes
but
him
he
out
was
with a big bang.
sadistic bastard.
Well, because
best
at the
thing-
time, like I played the video games, and the video games, when we get them in the US, were always out of sync and ahead of where the show was in the US. So it's like,
yeah.
I knew from playing Budokai, like, okay, Vegeta's going to turn Super Saiyan at some point. I just don't know when it's fucking happening. And then that's seeing that after Clown Droid fucked up Goku. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Well, yeah, maybe we should save that for like full anime episode. I
Yeah,
don't know,
let's
man.
let's
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
first have a broad brush chat tonight, and then I think Jake, we do like in
part
deep
two.
dives.
But if you're
Yeah,
gonna talk masculine anime, you got to go further back, dude. You got to go like, yeah, you got fucking Violence Jack. You got shit like
Fist of the
Bro.
North Star.
Berserk.
Fist of North
Did
Star.
you never
yeah.
see
But dude, Dragon
Dororo
Ball is older than all of
2019,
that.
man?
Wait,
No,
which one?
Dragon Ball started before all of that, but like
Yeah.
it was never
yeah,
like on,
it was
on
more
the
of a-
likes of Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, and at the same
I-
time, when Dragon Ball
Fist of the
started,
North
Goku
Star
was like 10
legend.
years old, and
Yeah.
it was a lot more
Yeah.
of a it was a lot more of a comedy martial arts manga. It didn't
Yeah,
really.
but where
get
does
serious
masculinity start, right? How do we get this character
Exactly.
of Goku? It's from the training
With
of
the
Master
testicles.
Roshi.
But
and his
again,
whole
if
journey.
you're gonna talk about strong female leads in anime, like fucking Alita. Like how many
Yeah,
years did we
Alita.
have to wait for that fucking film? And most people didn't even know that there was a fucking manga movie about it.
Yeah.
No, Love
That was a
shit,
big
dude.
one, right? That was a big one that Damon has talked a lot. Actually, I haven't even seen the movie yet, bro. I heard
Alita
you told me
is
it's
so
really good.
Battle
Yeah,
I
heard
would
it's
say watch the movie, watch the original animated movie before this one. And unfortunately, we're not going to get a sequel. We'll get a sequel. It's not going to be good because Disney acquired it. So
shit.
fucking Disney.
Yeah,
can buy
fucking
everything.
Disney,
It's gonna
bro.
be woke as fuck, then, isn't
Why are
it?
they buying everything,
You-
bro? Fuck.
You know, speaking of
I know.
female anime characters, one of my favorites, unironically, is Misa from Death Note, just because that girl
Yeah.
sends feminism back into
yeah.
the 1900s just by existing.
For reals, bro. Like she was so in love with light.
Yes, I
yeah,
love that
dude.
character.
I loved
She is
it.
such a hardcore, like
She was loyal.
like devoted
Yeah,
to him.
she
I'm
was
like,
amazing.
every
April from the
feminist
first-
in
April
Death
from the
Note
Teenage
because of
Mutant
her
Ninja
was there.
Yeah.
Dude, and
From
like-
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, my best
Well,
one.
She's like, I'll kill
Yeah.
for you.
Dude,
Why do you
Light,
think
and
that-
Light didn't give a
Marty,
shit.
why do you think the Netflix
She was
movie made
amazing.
Misa
Yeah.
into such a different character? Like American audiences, like people who didn't know Death Note already, would have never accepted Misa being like that in a live action movie.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah, because like,
you've got
well,
Rick mentioned Turtles. Like, was that
Yeah, he
April?
mentioned
that he mentioned?
April.
April
April.
from
April
in, the
O'Neil.
recent,
Ninja
in the
Turtles.
recent film, they turned her into a fat black lesbian who's retarded.
lesbian.
Yeah, I wanted to say
dude.
Disney,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, that was so
Disney
horrible.
chucked
Put a
in the
chicken
retard.
and
They
make her
just
live
ruined
in
that.
gay.
Dude, buy everything, make it black or
Demo,
gay.
demo.
But Damon,
the best.
Damon,
Says
My favorite anime girl character is actually a more recent from I think about 2012 or 2013. It was High School of the Dead, and there's this character in it named Saiko Busujima, and she's the captain of the kendo team, and she's really badass with a sword. And of course, like, you know, it's modern day Japan, but she's just murking all these zombies with a sword. And then you find out later on that she's like, even though she's like really gorgeous, she's like super self-conscious because she's tall, and also because she's such like a freak athlete, she thinks guys don't like her because she's not feminine enough.
I thought you were going to say she has a penis.
No, she's actually a chick.
You talking about Kate and
Okay.
Clark, yeah?
Why? I think Damon was thinking about Ranma.
Heyo.
Perhaps.
Well, dude, there's Futa shit in so much stuff nowadays that you never fucking know.
But no, like the Saito brothers that wrote the manga for High School of the Dead. No, it's like there's none of that shit in this. It's like
Bro,
no,
do you
it's
know-
Saiko Busujima was a chick, and she's gorgeous, but she's and a badass with a sword, and the most mature. Like, remember the group? and, like,
Was she in Street Fighter? Was she that Chinese chick in Street Fighter?
no.
Which one?
You're thinking of Chun Li.
So the Chinese
So y'all
chick
are-
is Street Fighter.
No, dude.
Ricky
no.
just thinks all Asians look the same, man.
No, but
Yeah.
you know,
They do.
like anime. Another good mention for me, I would say, is Rukia Kushiki from Bleach. That trains what's his fucking name? Blanking now.
Blanking.
Oh man, the main character, fucking.
Did you just say you're wanking now?
The blonde one.
Oh, he's
No,
pretty
no, the
bad.
little
Ichigo.
Ichigo, but
Ichigo.
Rukia, the little chick with the black hair, her brother's also another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
She
guys,
was legit.
like I've always been into anime. As a kid, I actually did know how to draw. Like before I started YouTube, I'm a musician, and I did do some drawings. I did draw Ryuk from Death Note a while back ago.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's actually my drawing right there, back in the day.
Holy
You guys
shit!
got all this nerd shit all like ready to go.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
Did
Nice,
you draw that
dude.
Goku behind you?
Yeah, I also drew the Goku behind me too. Yeah.
Right next to
dude.
that sweet ass Ivan
Yes.
SRG.
Yes, and the Donald Trump portrait. Yeah. Look, see, we got this one
nice,
too. This is Bricky. Damn, Bricky, you can draw too, bro.
Nice.
That is a hell
That's
of an
sweet,
octopus.
Yeah, that's the Kraken. That's sweet, bro.
That or inspired
That-
by Cthulhu, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, as a kid, I knew how to draw. I just didn't. When I was a kid, bro, I wanted to be a comic book drawer. Like, I wanted to be
Oh,
a comic
nice,
book artist.
bro.
And then I wanted to be a skateboarder because I started skateboarding. And then eventually I fell on the guitar and I stayed there. And so I drew that a few years back. So I hadn't drawn in like 15 years. Drew that, and
I
that's
think
how that came out.
everybody wanted to be a comic book artist growing
Yeah.
up, man. Anyone who remotely loved comics. I
Yeah.
still do art, like I
Writer.
do some commission shit, but like I always wanted to do comic book art until like if you go out there like advertising that you can do pages, when you see
Yeah.
how little you get paid, you're like fucking hell.
Yeah.
And
man.
something like 0.02% of people actually end up making a profitable living from it.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy, especially when you
Holy
see
shit.
how
Yeah, Chris is an artist.
Yeah,
Nice.
Chris, you look like you can draw, bro. Like, you look like an artist, bro.
I got the opposite
Yeah.
problem. I can write, but I can't fucking draw.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I wanted to be a comic book writer.
Like, I could write comics, but I need a fucking artist.
Yeah, but
well,
also
that's
Chris,
deep.
Chris is he's a
Sorry.
Chris. Don't you do for Hollywood? What is that? The
I do special effects.
all the special effects. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it makes
but
sense that
like makeup and prosthetics.
that would make sense why Chris would be really good at drawing. It takes all that. Yeah, it's in that niche. So I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking.
Yeah, so Chris, if you're that good at makeup, right, why do you look this bad on camera?
There you go.
Farney's got one right here.
I can't put makeup on.
Farney has-
Farney's drew the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
It's an angel. It's an anime angel.
Farney.
Hey.
Farney, there's
Under
like
the sea,
there's
under
barely
the
any
sea.
detail on that one, bro.
All right, I'll
there's
give you
enough
good.
detail.
All right,
No,
now,
no,
This
they-
isn't fair because somebody freaking drew in pen on the boobs, so I had to change the boobs. But there you go. There's more of like. the
Farney,
stuff and
this is
stuff.
the place to start moaning about fairness. Right, okay.
Farney, those tits
Yeah.
are really off, I feel.
I know,
I just
man.
wanna
They drew
see
a
somebody-
nipple, like you know how there'd be douchebags that walk by and see your
Yeah.
artwork, and then they just draw a stupid nipple, and it's like, wow, thanks, man. You just like
Yeah, those tits are definitely fake because they both sit at the same
Yeah.
level, and one of them should definitely hang lower than the other one just for natural reasons.
fair lopsidedness.
I
is a
feel
real
like those
issue.
pictures.
It needs
I
more.
feel like those pictures aren't supposed to be black and white. Farney just doesn't want us to see the stains.
Oh, yo, that angel one. My buddy said, like, dude, can I borrow that? I'm like, no, man. Yeah, he was serious, dude. It was my Icelandic friend growing up.
No
man.
way,
Oh, he
bro.
was
You
so
just get a
turned off
soggy
by it. I'm
sheet
like,
back.
dude, please, enough, man. Like,
I'm just
Oh,
wondering how
man.
this conversation went with Farney's Icelandic friend. Like, can I please borrow
You know,
your paint, your
Anson,
picture?
pull up your pants,
Oh,
bro.
that
I
Icelandic
used
guy
to
sounds
just.
very
I remember when I used to just call Farney the Farnicator because it was a pun, but now he's living it clearly.
Anson, pull up your fucking pants, boy.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
There you go. Better.
Anson, wait there. I haven't finished yet. Don't pull your pants up yet.
Oh my
Ricky
God.
doesn't want to get his mouth caught in the zipper.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. dude.
Oh, listen, anybody ever got anything caught in a zipper? The painful fucking thing is when you realize you have to go up before you go down. Right? Okay. That's,
Isn't that what happened in Something About Mary?
Yeah.
Oh,
but he
Frank's
got a
amazing.
fucking ball in
no,
there.
never mention
How did he
that
get the
scene,
nut
man.
in there, bro?
That's such a painful scene.
How did
How
I'll
did
be
you
honest.
get
I'll
the
be honest
beans
with you.
over the
I'll be
frame?
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. When it happened to me, right? Okay.
Did you grab your foreskin?
No, my parents just said I was Jewish, right? So this was a this was they made this, painted this out to me as what would be now called a circumcision. Right,
Oh my God, dude. Is this guy really saying this shit?
Dude, there was a dude at a house party that I was at who literally went right over it. Like he pulled the zip to the fucking top.
Oh, Jesus
Oh yeah, yeah.
Christ.
My brother did that a couple of times growing up.
Like so, no, we couldn't believe it. Like you know you never want to look. If you're a straight dude, you never want to
No.
look at another dude's dick. But at the same
Yeah.
time, this is like
No,
the
you
mother
wanna
of
see
all
that,
car
though.
crashes.
You want to
Yeah,
see that? If
exactly.
you got the zipper to the top, I want to see,
Yeah.
bro. That's the
Well,
one.
yeah,
time
I'll
I'll
do
be
it.
like,
I,
okay,
you
show
don't know
me.
whether or not you want to
What happened?
like congratulate the guy or cry
Damo,
for
I'm
it.
gonna
Like,
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
hold your hand through the process while you swipe up before it goes back down. Right? Just as a
You know-
fellow man, right? I'm gonna praise you for
Bro
going through this.
knows.
But yes,
You guys
no man
already-
ever wants to do
no,
that.
it wasn't me. It was a friend of mine. It was a friend of mine.
Yeah, of
But
course it wasn't.
the
Of
thing-
course it wasn't you.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
friend.
No, it's always a friend.
It was a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
If,
A
if it
friend that
was-
one
if it
time
was
at
me,
band camp, bro.
if it was me, I'd proudly admit it because the solution that this guy had was fucking genius, right?
To rip
He
the panties.
ran to the bar, like behind the bar at the kitchen, there was like scissors, right? And he literally cut the entire front end of his trousers off. And
Yeah,
he
fuck, you said that.
and he
Oh,
cut
God,
through
you
the
said that.
zipper at the bottom so that he could pull the zipper apart so he wouldn't have to go over it twice. I
That's
was like,
clever.
that was genius.
Modern
But
problems
I
require
tell you
modern
what,
solutions.
That was fucking genius.
I've never seen so much blood from a wound, and I work in a fucking hospital.
We
I
got
have
a
never
bleeder.
seen so much blood from a
Holy
wound.
shit.
Damien, bro. That's rough, dude.
I can't, man.
No, that never happened to me. I never ever got
That's
my
brutal.
dick on the zipper. Never happened.
Yeah, same, bro. It's never happened to me. I only saw it in a movie.
My
And I was really
girlfriend caught
cautious
my
My
leg.
afterwards.
country already has
Maybe-
enough
maybe-
hate
Bro, but
towards
something
us.
about
we don't need all
Mary-
this like zipper
Dude.
propaganda shit, guys.
Dude,
So
did
here's
you
my-
guys?
My ex-girlfriend caught a lip in a zipper, and she's asking me to help, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Lick it? How the fuck am I going to help? I don't want you to associate me with that pain.
When I was
My ex-girlfriend caught the clap, but it wasn't from me. So I didn't help her.
You done cheats, you bastard.
yeah,
but
when I
you
was
didn't
a
cheat.
kid,
He's gonna
there
go
was
cause
this,
another international incident, is what he's gonna fucking do.
He's gonna
That's
go
what he's
find
really
himself a
doing.
big titty Costa Rican girl and
He's gonna
sit and
impregnate her.
drinks out of fruit.
Yeah,
On
he's
the
gonna
beach.
impregnate that bitch too.
Yeah,
He's
we
gonna
already
use
know.
fruit as a glass and sit on a beach and get drunk.
When I
He's
was a
already
kid, there was this
Mexican.
girl that
He
was
can go
really
get
into
it.
me, so she's like, "Hey, Farney, let me help you with your jacket." So she went and zipped it up and caught my neck in the zipper.
The skin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
dude.
not that. That's not that bad. For
It got
fuck's sake,
stuck,
come on.
so like they had to like fiddle with it for 5 to like 8 minutes, dude. I couldn't.
Bro,
Like, I
but
kept-
that's not like,
but
bro,
with
something about...
that, your testicles aren't hanging in the fucking
no,
zip of it.
I hear you,
No,
man. I get it.
I
I'd rather the neck over the
Bro,
butt.
but that's the one thing about something about Mary. They took it to like, dude, he had a nut. If you like,
Yeah,
if you
he
check
had
that
one
scene
of
again, he had like a piece
Yeah.
of skin and a nut hanging out
Yeah.
the zipper, bro.
It was
How did
so
you get
hilarious,
beat-
dude.
Beating cheeks is saying bye-bye to everyone. If we could all
Bye,
just take the
cheeks.
time out of our day to
See your
say au
cheeks
revoir.
and cheeks.
Yeah.
Show me your first Venom as well, dude, man. I want to see that. I had a McFarlane alternate cover as well.
Oh, nice.
I've
Fucking
a,
yeah,
I've a
some shit.
McFarlane Viking Age spawn there at the back that's still closed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I
But-
think
Like,
my.
I wanted to
I
say
think-
this.
I've got my
I'm
beard
not
caught
sure,
in
but I
over
think my
hoodie.
Warcraft figures were McFarlane's.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I
the
wanted to
Warcraft,
say
yeah.
this, right? When
Still did.
because you guys, when you were speaking about Spawn, right? So he sold the rights to the movie for Spawn for like $1 when he did that, right? He just wanted to get the movie made. But what he was clever about was he kept the rights to all of the merchandise, and that's why
Oh, yeah,
there was never
McFarlane
really
toys.
another one made.
Oh yeah, he made a fortune on the merchandising outside of the books easily.
Yeah, but
I mean, McFarlane in the '90s was about as bad as Games Workshop with how much he was hoarding
McFarlane-
out the Spawn IP.
Don't forget though, he's one of the most savage, business-minded people.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you look at, you remember when he was writing for DC? I think it was Animal Man,
Yeah.
and then he got the job to do, I think it was Hulk, and that's when Hulk first became, when he moved over to Marvel. He drew Hulk like a monster. He was the first guy to ever do that.
Yeah,
It
less
wasn't
of
like
the
some-
Frankenstein kind of look of the original.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you guys?
But he
ever,
looked like this animalistic monster when he was doing Hulk.
Hey,
And
by the
you
way,
could see.
got,
What was that?
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I got a question.
Yeah, he did Venom. I mean, we have
Yeah, Venom.
Venom because of him. Yeah,
So
Venom
here's-
is McFarlane.
This is something I kind of love about his endless beef with Marvel, is that McFarlane has always made, like, he's presented it sometimes like he's the sole creator of Venom.
Venom, yeah.
No.
He didn't do any of the writing; he just created the design. But
Well,
McFarlane's
isn't that more important?
But McFarlane
Right.
has coped about it for years, and what I love is like Marvel finally, after so long, took what I thought was an indirect shot at him when they created the anti-Venom character. For
Oh
Eddie.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's literally not only is it a reverse color Venom with a white body and black eyes, but it looks like fucking
Violator.
Violator.
Violator, yeah.
Violator, yeah. It looks like
Yeah.
Violator.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, okay, so here's one of my favorite obscure characters that I think nobody knows who this character is, but it was from the 90s, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who it is. This is a top McFarlane toy that we have of him. Who knows who this character is, bro?
Azrael.
Azrael, bro. The failed Batman, bro. This is a Todd McFarlane. John Paul. Yeah, exactly. John Paul
John
Valley,
Paul
dude.
Valley, though, if you read his original story,
Yeah,
like when
which I
it was
have.
built up in Iceland, when he was like, what was it with the Bane prison escape and all that
Yes.
shit?
Yeah.
Some of the best writing in DC, but for the worst possible idea. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at the character arcs that were set up and Bane like deciding to slowly break down Batman before he publicly humiliated him,
Right.
like the depth to all of that story evolution, and also Bane as a little child learning how to play chess and hiding the knife in his little teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Like, that was so fucking savage. But all as
Yeah.
it was, oh, we killed off Superman and we made so much money. Let's do the same with Batman.
Batman. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
essentially all it was. Like,
But
it was.
they also made Jean Paul Valley the new Batman character who had claws.
Yeah.
He was like a Punisher Batman or something like that.
Yeah,
Of course, Jean Paul
they
was a
had bad
psychopath.
ideas back then. Like visually,
but-
shit didn't age well.
But dude, it's funny because I look at that Batman and I'm still in love with it. I don't know why. I think it's because I just love Azrael as the character. So when he became
Best-
Batman and he failed as Batman, it just made sense. Like obviously, if you're gonna replace Batman, you're gonna replace him with who, right? Dick Grayson or Jason or one of the
Yeah.
Robins. That makes sense. But to replace
yeah.
him with a psychopath like
Grayson.
Jean Paul Valley doesn't make any sense. It makes sense that he would
best-
fail.
The best Batman replacement was Batman of the Future. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
it
Terry
was.
McGinnis. Terry McGinnis.
But
Yeah.
but the if you look at the best Batman variant that I think there was in an Elseworlds comic called Speeding Bullets, where it
Speeding
was
Bullets.
yeah.
what if
Yeah.
Superman was Batman? Like, what if Superman crashed in
Where they
Gotham?
switch places, right? They switch.
Yeah.
No. It
scenarios.
was basically
is
Superman
no Bruce
crashes.
Wayne.
His pod crashes in Gotham, and the Waynes raise Superman. The Waynes raise
wow.
him, but he becomes Batman.
Yeah. Same
Like,
thing
so
happens.
his
parents get
suit,
murdered.
like, yeah, and what I like about it is his mask covers his whole face. It was
Oh.
just
Yeah.
interesting at the time, and visually he's got like the similar kind of in a symbol, like the outline of the House of Elcrest,
Yeah.
but with the bat in it. It was fucking cool, man. It was really cool.
Real quick,
Like,
He
$5.
has the darkness that Batman has. He has some of that darkness.
Yeah. Yes, dude. I have the same book, bro. I have the same book. Yes, dude. Real quick, Wally. $5 super chat comes in from Mike. He says, "Hello, everyone. You guys watching the Andrew Wilson versus Planet Peterson debate today? It's a big debate. Breakfast Fast Tacos is moderating it. I thought that was later on
Breakfast
tonight.
Tacos.
That's not happening right now, is it?
No, that's only like later today. Yeah.
That's later
tonight.
today, right? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I don't know who Planet Peterson is. I don't know who
Planet
that guy is.
Peterson is this fucking atheist berg. Jim Bob has debated him a couple of times. He's a fucking dum-dum.
Oh, he's a dumb. Okay.
He's a
yeah.
dum-dum, but he's got a lot of followers. He's one
Oh,
of those.
okay. That's he's
Yeah,
one of
Jim
those.
Bob is a dum dum.
I
Oh
agree
boy.
with that.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What's the topic? Does anybody know what they're debating?
What are they?
Well, Jim,
doing?
with that, before I leave, Jake, before I leave and give you the, because obviously you're muted as there.
It's
Okay.
Christianity.
So
should-
why do you mute us? Why don't you just say, Bricky, shut the fuck up? Why don't you be nice and polite and respectful?
Hey, Bricky, shut the
Because, right,
fuck up. It's Christianity shouldn't be in government.
There you go.
Okay,
there you
carry
go.
on,
So
Bricky.
I'm gonna
Carry
leave
on.
you as little nerds to carry on with what you're doing. But just remember, you are the very people I used to bully and pick on in school and take your Pokemon cards from.
Shut up, you
Okay.
fucking bitch. I'll punch
Yeah,
you
but
in
your
the
grandma's
tits.
got a dick though, Brick. So
I'll
let's not
punch you
forget
in the
about that.
tits.
My-
Give us
my
a big
grandma
lap
had a
and
dick
lap lap and
until she
strip the
died.
lap. That's the lifestyle.
Dude, not that's the fucking in humanoids that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Nice. You
yeah,
actually got the
man.
comic.
Yeah,
Sweet.
man. Got all like predator ones and stuff like
Nice.
that.
But yeah, Mike, we'll be checking out that debate later on tonight because if this guy's a dum dum, it's probably gonna be pretty entertaining. Because Andrew, I heard Andrew's also gonna debate Sam Cedar soon.
Hold up. Did Farney say he's got the Predator comics as well?
yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I
does
got
he?
Those are
AVP,
Dark Horse
I got
runs
Predators,
from back in the day.
Yeah, I got
Those
like
are Dark
these
Horse
ones.
stuff. Like, yeah.
Nice.
Dude, those old school Predator runs were the fucking best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
they
got a
released
bunch.
them in there's about I think there's 2 omnibuses of the Predators, like with the full collected works.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like all these old ones. I couldn't find my other like that's like
And the alien
bundler
ones as
with,
well
like
were
the more
good.
hardcore like old stuff, like
I
1963 Spider-Man comic and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll geek out for you guys. Here.
Bro, I have my comic books in the other room, man. I'm not gonna go get them right now, but
I thought
I don't
had,
make a lot of predictions
anti-venom,
about.
but it's not anti-venom. It's Carnage and Deadpool.
oh yeah, I remember that
Ooh,
run.
nice.
I remember that run. That's when he's going after Carnage, right? And he gets all the
Yeah.
other symbiotes. Yeah,
Yeah.
leading up to Carnage.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought there was anti-venom as well on the cover.
I don't
I'm
make
gonna
a
say
lot of
that-
predictions, but I will say this.
I just wanted to come up
I think
and
this
say,
is going to be one of the next big things.
you guys are a bunch of
Berserker.
Oh,
freaking
Berserker,
nerds,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
should have freaking given you guys a bunch of wet willies in high school or something.
Here we have
Like,
Imperious.
I had
I
a
wanna-
vendor
I wanna-
to
Here
give
we
me
have
that
Imperious.
man.
I just want to give you guys a bunch of free. I want to take your lunch money. That's what I want to do. I want to take your lunch money and go
Imperious.
spend it on candy.
Nice.
Actually, Imperious, the one person who ever did try to fuck with me in high school ended up on the business end of my geometry book.
Yeah,
I was a jock in high
beat
school,
the
bro.
Yeah, I beat the shit out of guys like you, Imperious.
It's all right. I'm black, so you guys wouldn't have stayed a chance. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
Laters,
be well,
Imperious.
man.
Thanks for
I-
dropping by, dude.
Most
Grid.
of my fights in school was beating
up,
up
man?
the kids that beat up on nerds, bro, because they were my friends.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I was bigger.
Can I
than
say
them.
can I say something without offending anyone who's cammed up right now?
What's up?
But this is
Probably
why
unlikely.
I played rugby and basketball. I never looked like a nerd, but I was a massive nerd. I played Warhammer back in the 80s when Warhammer came out. Because like we got it in the UK first.
Yeah.
So like
Damn, Warhammer.
I was into Warhammer, I was into D&D, I was doing that, but I also played rugby and basketball. So nobody fucked with me, but a lot of my friends really got fucked with bad. And they're
There you
always
go.
like, "Hey, can you
Warhammer for you,
beat this
bro.
kid up? He's giving us shit."
Yeah,
So
no shit.
Yeah.
I never wanted to pick fights, but if ever somebody bullied my friends while I was there, I would
Yeah.
end the
Yeah, I
fight.
feel you. Man.
No, dude,
But
same
but
thing.
now I
Damon.
realize though, like you would not want to piss those comic book geeks off because usually, statistically, those were the guys that shot up schools.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, let's not talk
TOS,
about
guys.
that.
I'm just
but-
saying,
TOS.
Damon.
I'm just
Oh,
thinking-
that took a left turn. What?
That took a
David,
left turn. I did
But
not
I
see
mean,
that coming.
everybody,
Am I wrong,
before
though?
everybody hit puberty, I've always just stayed the same size. So till everybody hit puberty, all of my nerd friends that got picked
The
on, I
60s,
also played
70s,
rugby.
I
So
think.
I just
But
beat
this
the
is
shit
what,
out
this
of
is
those
what I was
kids.
saying. Like, no offense to guys who are cammed up, because if you hear about one of those events, it's usually somebody that looks like a teen version of. No offense, Barney, but kind of you. Sorry. Like, or Chris. Oh yeah, the Warhammer stuff. Those are the
Bro.
intercessors, right? It's not a bit out of focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a giant, man. I've never seen Warhammer look like that.
No shit.
Yeah,
Really
there's
quick,
been the
Grit.
Chaos
version.
Marine, where like I think it was like a year or two ago, McFarlane put those out.
Hold on, really quick,
I
Grid.
remember version of me,
Warhammer
bro.
was just some books.
Grid.
I
What's your
skated.
history as a nerd, Grid? Because I've never heard you talk this type of stuff. wanna s-
I played Dungeons and Dragons in
Nice.
second grade,
Nice.
Nice.
Second, third
Really?
grade, all the way up through high school. You know,
Yeah, man.
Damn.
D&D
So
is
Grid one's a
awesome.
Dungeons and Dragons player. No kidding.
yeah.
Did you see the
Nerd.
movie?
Like OG, like back when they were writing that shit. Margaret Hickman and Tracy Weiss.
Nice. I didn't
Grid was-
take you as one of those.
Grid was playing D&D back when the Satanic Panic people wanted to round up all the D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, the
That's
Satanic
no
Panic.
shit, man. That's no shit. You know, actually, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons when the dragons were still around.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yep.
The OG Hellfire Club.
See, they thought it was just a story, but it was just based off real events, man.
Grid, you struck me as a Star Trek nerd like me. I've seen all the Star Trek movies multiple times. I own
did.
all of them. All the TV shows I've watched several
Once
times.
the movies, I got to be honest, man. Once the movies came out, I switched from Star Trek to James Bond, bro. Star Trek was lame. The movies were lame.
What?
The show,
What?
I liked the TV show because I was a kid when they came out, and I watched all the way up to Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. I watched all the way up to then, and then I don't know, man. It just kept getting, kind of gayer and gayer.
Yeah, I
and
fully
gayer.
agree, Grid, man. Enterprise and Voyager and all that.
I like
stuff
Voyager.
Oh,
Voyager was the last
Voyager
good-
was like,
Voyager was trash. Don't you even
No,
dare.
I
Oh,
like
boy.
I
Kick 'em
like
off-
Voyager.
How much to kick him off the?
I like
It's just
fuck all.
$2.
Voyager was good.
So Grid,
Captain Archer
Grid,
was
just
the
$1
best Star Trek
million.
ever.
I can only hear one guy one at a time. What's that?
So I was just going to ask you, Grid, based on what you said a moment ago, how are you feeling now about Amazon acquiring Bond?
I have mixed feelings, man. I mean, with that much money behind it, the production can get even better. And it's already good, right? But I mean, it could get even better. But it's Amazon.
It's Amazon, yeah. Woke.
It's
They're gonna-
Amazon.
They're going to turn them black and gay, bro.
And not,
Make it
well,
black. Make it black.
Hey, in all fairness, Disney.
in all fairness, what was that? Sorry.
Or actually, was it Disney? Yes, Disney fucked up Harry Potter, the TV show. Severus Snape.
No, that's
Oh,
not
black
Disney.
dude.
is
Oh,
the
that was
whitest
real?
dude
That's real,
on the
Jake. It's
planet in
happening.
this movie.
What?
And
I thought that was a meme, bro. that
No,
was
No,
real?
It's real. It's real.
That's a real. Yeah, no, that's
What
real.
the fuck,
And,
bro?
and the thing was,
No.
the meme is that they could have got what's his name,
Adam Driver.
Adam.
Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Driver.
That's 100% who I was thinking. Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Severus
That
Snape,
is
bro.
Snape.
Yeah, dude.
But let's not. Okay, so
looking kid, greasy hair.
don't forget though that in the book, there were only like 2 other people or 3 other people that were described physically in a more detailed way than Snape. And literally every time they're talking about Snape, they're mentioning how pale he is.
They wanted you to fear Snape, right? Like in the books, Snape. They want you to
so he's
fear
pale,
Snape.
but he's
They
now
want
a
to
black
draw
man.
that picture of Alan Rickman in your head.
That's
I can't
crazy.
wait.
You know
to watch
what? It
James-
will
I can't
be-
wait to watch James and Sirius hang the black kid from a tree.
It will be funny though, yeah. Hang the black kid from Cheat, and also the fact that he's the one who's the master of the dark arts. It's like the black dude is doing the black magic.
Bro, I promise you, I will never see that TV show.
No, neither will I.
No,
That's
fuck
insane. I thought that was a joke, bro.
It's not worth the time to look at such a garbage piece of crap.
Here's the thing that's really annoying. This is what's going to prove.
I did the same thing with like the second. All right, so the second Wonder Woman movie, like the first Wonder Woman movie, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, right?
Yeah.
The second, like Wonder Woman 1984, was literally the worst fucking movie. I walked out, and I never walk out of theaters, bro. I walked out of the theater. I was like, this is garbage.
Garbage.
Well, do you know what was amazing? Was the first Wonder Woman copied all of the elements of movies where you've got a strong female lead that's empowered because she has a strong man. So, like, when you look at Fifth Element, right?
Yeah.
Fifth Element, she needed Bruce Willis to love her for her to be able to save the world. And if you look at things like, I know it's slightly different, the dynamic is different, but if you look at Leon, right? Matilda was a strong character. She was a girl. She saw her whole family get murdered and her younger brother.
That's a
right?
weird movie, dude. The Professional.
It's a
Leon.
yeah. It's a great film though. But the thing is
you
that
just
the
like
only
Natalie
reason
Portman in that movie. I don't
What was
blame
that?
you, man.
Natalie Portman.
Leon the professor.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
But Leon was strong and did everything he did because of her, right?
Yeah,
but you have this dynamic of like.
It was to show that even men that are not in no way father material can be the best father figure.
Exactly. Yeah. But when you look at Wonder Woman, she did what she did because the guy showed her like the humanity was
Trevor-
worth saving. She fell in love, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Trevor.
And it was all about Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. There
So-
you go. There you go.
So she became strong because of that, right? He made her strong.
Well,
and in the second
again-
film, it's all about you learn that you don't need love. You don't need him. You can let him go. You don't need love. You're great just on your own because girl power. It was so fucking shit. The message was so terrible.
Yeah.
Another good make it strong with Natty Portman was fucking V for Vendetta.
I was
bro.
about to
He
think about that, right, too.
Tortured
Yes.
her.
V for Vendetta.
Tortured her to make her strong, bro.
Yeah. Shaved her head, tricked her, did all that.
Locked
But
her in a
let's not-
fucking jail cell.
You know what never made any sense to me was the second season of Punisher, where you have this little government agent chick who looks like she's 100 pounds soaking wet, but she somehow gets the drop on Jigsaw and royally fucks the dude up. So you never even get a proper final confrontation between him and Castle. Castle just finishes him off in a fucking laundry room.
I never liked John Bernthal's Punisher. I'm sorry.
Well, you're going to like it even
He's a
less
good
because
Punisher.
not only is he coming back in the Daredevil show,
Yeah, I
but
know.
he's doing a limited series next year, and he's actually writing it.
Oh,
I
Okay,
don't
no,
know
John
if it's
Bernthal-
John
Bern-
Bernthal's fault or not, but the way John Bernthal played Punisher was like a complete bitch. Punisher is not supposed to have emotions, and he's crying his fucking eyes out like a bitch.
Well,
I
It's
don't-
a
I don't think that has to do with
young
writing, though.
Punisher. That's the
John-
thing. Like, he's basically
didn't-
becoming the Punisher.
Yeah,
just
John
watched-
Berthel was a good Punisher, but I think the best Punisher we've seen is Ray Stevenson, bro.
Ray Stevenson visually
Stevenson.
was the best Punisher.
Nailed it.
That film visually nailed it, but the character was the best with Thomas Jane.
Yes.
When
that's
he
my-
writes that
I will
letter,
defend Warzone
hold
to
on.
my death, so I'm glad to find out I'm no longer alone about Punisher Warzone. I thought
Really
I
quick,
was.
Palpatine had something to say. What were you saying, Palpatine?
I just watched the second season of Daredevil where Bernthal's Punisher debuts, and he didn't cry once.
Okay.
Now,
in the second season, no, in the first season when he's smashing the wall apart and shit.
Yeah,
Like-
but
Oh, no,
like,
but
like
I'm not
Jake
talking.
said,
No. The Punisher series starring him was dog shit. I don't think it was his fault, but I really hated it. It was boring as shit.
I
No,
gotta
but what
be
I was-
honest. I liked the TV show though. I liked it because it was more accurate to the comic than any of the rest. And I wasn't 100%. I mean, look, they're never 100% canon, right?
Sure.
I mean, let's just be honest.
yeah,
But
no,
it was
never.
as close to canon as it could get, right? Like he did lose his head. He did move away. He tried to be alone and just be left alone, right?
It's like what
and
Jake
all of
said.
that.
He's becoming Punisher, right? So it's. I mean,
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, he debuted in the second season of Daredevil. He was great in that.
Yeah.
And the closest thing that he came to crying was whenever after he got tortured by the Irish and Daredevil saves his ass. They're sitting in the graveyard, and he tells the story of when he got back from Afghanistan and saw his daughter for the first time, and he's choking up a little bit, but he stays strong, and Matt starts crying.
yeah.
Which makes more sense because, Matt's a much more like vulnerable guy as opposed to Castle. But Castle, season 2 of Daredevil was my favorite version. Like,
Well,
I did not like the Punisher solo series that Netflix did at all. I thought it was boring as shit. I didn't like it.
By the way,
It
shout out
did-
to Matt Murdock and I guess Moon Knight, the two equivalents of Batman from Marvel.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
Moon Knight sucks.
Yeah,
But dude,
that was
what I'm
awful.
saying is like Batman. They're basically the Batman of Marvel.
Moon Knight should not have been a boring show, and I gave up on it halfway through and was like, "Yeah, I'm
Well,
Why
not.
not the show?
I don't
Dude,
care
the
what
worst
happens in the
casting as
back
well.
half of this."
The
It
worst
was like
fucking
they
casting.
just couldn't. They couldn't decide. And it's like they had 4 people involved that couldn't decide how to develop this fucking character. It bounced around like a ping pong ball in a Chinese ping pong ball room.
Yeah.
Well, it was
and
a
at the end, the
hybrid-
hero
it
was
was
a
a-
woman.
It was a
At the end-
hybrid of all the different versions of him from the comics. I mean, he's got like how many different versions in the comics?
Right.
Like either he's
Yeah.
this
Spectre.
Egyptian influence thing, or he's something else, or he's something else. And if they said, "Look, let's just take a bit from this and a bit from that and a bit from that," and this keeps fucking
It
up
was
movie
just
films.
so bad. Just so
That's
bad.
what fucked up Batman versus Superman. It's like you don't know if you want to tell a Batman versus Superman story that's set in current day with current day Superman, but then you want to use Miller's Batman from the future, right? Like the
Right.
Dark Knight Returns Batman. It's like get one timeline, tell the actual story, adapt it properly.
Yeah.
But they're like, you can't adapt the comic book accurately. You need to put a spin on it. You need to tell a new story. It's like, no, you don't. The most
you do.
accurate comic book adaptation movie was a cult hit among fans, and it was a blockbuster as well.
You're talking about Watchmen. Watchmen was
The
probably like
Watchmen.
the most accurate when it comes to
Dude,
Oh,
comics.
that was so
Watchmen
good.
rules.
Easily.
As much as I got
also,
so much to
again-
say about Watchmen, unfortunately, it is that time. I got to go dip over to the IRL job. But Jake, I definitely want to do this with you again.
Hey,
Thank you
before
very
you
much
go-
for having me.
But before we go, Wally,
Take care, Wally.
since we're
Good seeing you, Wally, man.
What's that,
before we
Grit?
go, Wally, before you dip out, since we're talking about feminine characters, I'm debating First Amender on Saturday afternoon at 2:00.
I will see you then.
I feel bad for you, bro.
And
That
you might
guy's a
realize
fucking
he did a
spud.
soliloquy. He did the soliloquy with Andrew poem, and we're going to be debating whether Zelensky, if there's a ceasefire, should Zelensky step down or hold elections? Or
If I can fall into that, I will, because I got a lot to say about Ukraine.
And so, my position is obviously that if there's a ceasefire, Zelensky needs to have an election because he suspended the election this entire war, and he needs to hold an election, or he needs to step aside, put in a Warsaw Pact committee kind of, to run the country in his absentia, so, while he goes and does other shit, and removes himself from this debacle. But he won't. He's not going to do that because he's a dick, and he's a conniving bastard.
Yep, exactly.
What you're going to end up having is a giant sack of shit. And First Amender thinks that no, Zelensky's a good guy, and he should stay in command throughout the peace process.
I think Zelensky's probably going to get kicked out. I mean, if it's their ceasefire, okay, yeah, maybe he's probably not going to get forced out. But I was thinking,
also for the Street Fighter fans out there, we might have a little treat for all the Street Fighter fans tomorrow on Wicked Eternal Wednesday over on my channel.
Oh no! What is he dressing as? You gonna have her in outfits or something?
Chris, I can't tell you if you figured it out or not.
She's gonna dress up like Tifa from Final Fantasy, bro.
What time is it at, man?
5:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So if you're a Street Fighter fan, it's going to be a good show for you tomorrow. Hope to see everybody there as we talk random shit. Everybody, it's been a pleasure. Jake, thanks for having me up again. We'll do this again soon, I hope.
For sure.
Take care, guys. I gotta go out to a Great Lent thing, so I can't watch it live, but I hope it's a good one, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm debating that First Amender dude, and it's going to be hilarious.
He's debated several people. Andrew, he debated Jim Bob, I believe.
Jim Bob too. Yeah, he's a fucking queef.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, you've seen him on Jake with Rattlesnake TV. You saw him with that as well. He's that annoying guy.
Super annoying, dude.
He talked about
he debated Rob Noor.
Jake and stuff like that. He's the
one on Modern Day Debates. He completely soyed out and started yelling at Jake. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's
with Jake and Alex.
Yes.
Dude, by the way, fucking did you see his debate with Rob Noor where his whole opening statement was a poem? Literally a poem.
He did a poem for his opening. Man, I know.
Fucking insane,
that was
dude.
with Andrew.
He's actually.
Was that with Andrew? I thought it was with Noor.
The guy gives me like creepo vibes.
No, he's
like,
not normal.
He's gonna. I'm worried he's gonna snap one day. Like
he seems like that.
The hell out of me.
That guy gets freaked out. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Grid where that's gonna be broadcasted. Who's gonna be the moderator for that debate? But oh well, he's off.
I'm not being funny, but if somebody opened up a debate with me,
man, I didn't mean to like overtalk his outro there, man.
Who dropped off?
Yeah, Grid dropped off. I don't know.
He's about to do his own show.
There. Like 25 minutes.
Oh, Grid is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking Anson, bro. I was like,
yeah, of course it's me.
I know.
He's the only one that kept on switching out, bro.
Jesus, Grid.
He's traded. He's changed his name and his profile picture like 10 times.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Who's Manar? Manar?
No, dude, he's that fucking spurgy fucking Middle Eastern dude that like flexes and does push-ups and yells on streams.
Manar. It sounds familiar.
He's been on Verbal
Dude, he's this Muslim dude
He's
that yells a lot.
Does he have a channel? Or no?
I think so.
Yeah, he has a Discord too.
I'm in the back, you bastards.
Yeah, we can hear you, Grid. You're here.
Oh, okay, good. All right. God, I'm like, did I overtalk Grid's like outro? I got all like hyped about First Amender, man.
Hey, Grid, where's that going to be broadcasted? Your debate on Saturday.
I'm gonna broadcast it on my show.
Who's the main host?
There's this new channel called I forget what the guy's calling it. It's the debate something. I don't know. I can't. I'm on my phone, so I can't zip away and take a look at it. But it's like some debate world league or some crap like that. I don't know. And he's trying to set up debates between people, but he's never done it before. It's going to be a shit show.
Okay. So he's a first-time moderator?
Yeah. I had to tell him, I'm like, look, this is the way, I'm like, he's like, yeah, okay, so you want to do the debate with First Amendment? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Bro, it's funny when these people want to be mods and come into the space, but they've never even fucking debated or been around the block.
Yeah.
It's
I feel you on that, man.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. I have a debate tomorrow.
Gosh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm debating Fatty. Fatty made the claim to me. He messaged me, so he challenged me to debate. But he's claiming that Bernie Sanders would be a better leader / president than Donald Trump. So it's going to be a Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump debate.
Oh, nice. Dude.
That's what Fatty shot up to me, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take it, bro. I'm be glad to smoke you on that." But he's not a political debater. I was surprised that he went this direction with me. So
I was gonna think it was gonna be Red Bull or something.
I was thinking that too.
He's wears it on Sarah's.
Yeah,
well, he's a huge commie, so that makes sense.
So Grid,
he's fucking Portuguese,
when is that debate, man?
That's gonna be tomorrow. I think at 5 Eastern
Grid's
or something.
Debate? And Jake's
What was that?
tomorrow,
I'm sorry,
you said?
Barney. I couldn't hear you.
When's your debate against First Amender, man?
Saturday 2.
Saturday 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Yeah, 1 p.m. my time.
Okay, sweet. And Jake's is 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then Wally's is 5:30 for his show. All right, sweet. Just trying to remember them all, man.
Yeah,
I'll make notes. That's smarter.
Grid, by the way, sorry, I just wanted to ask, like, quickly, going back to the Bond thing on Amazon, there's one way you're going to know if they've got an agenda they're trying to push or if they're genuinely trying to do the best thing for the character is, have you seen the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
What's that?
I've been wanting to watch
that was good. That was good.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
The
Yes,
movie.
yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a good
So,
movie.
did you notice? Gus March Phillips in it, the character who leads that group of guys, played by Henry Cavill.
My boy.
Yeah. So Gus March Phillips was obviously the guy that Ian Fleming used to base the character of Bond on.
Yes.
And Henry Cavill plays him in the film. So you've literally got, because Ian Fleming is in the movie, played by Freddie Fox. So Ian Fleming, when he wrote the Bond novels, he based Bond off of his friend, Gus March Phillips. And if Henry Cavill played him in that movie, Amazon should know, like, we'll use Henry Cavill to play Bond, right? Because that's the guy who
Henry
inspired the
Cavill
character.
would be a dope James Bond.
The only kind of like stick in the spokes for that is the fact that he's so tied up with Warhammer. And Amazon, the reason why the Warhammer stuff is taking so long to come to the screen is because he's been such a, and I mean, this is a good thing. This is what we love Henry Cavill for. He's been such a pain in the ass with production because he won't let
He's been a real nerd.
Yeah, because he's like, no, there are no female custodians, and I will walk if you make me work with one.
That.
Oh yeah, but then you saw what Amazon did, right? They threw hundreds of millions at Games Workshop to make Games Workshop make it part of the law that there's female custodians.
Yeah, but didn't they turn around and retcon that out like immediately after?
After the massive fan backlash, they said they were going to, but God knows if they actually did or if they didn't, because I stopped playing 2 editions ago. So. Okay,
well, still, but the point is that, like, if Henry Cavill is the guy, he is the perfect James Bond alive right now to play him right at the second. I totally agree with that. But like, Amazon is having such a hard time wrangling him with 40K. I don't think they're going to take him and put him in another major franchise that they own, because he'll nerd out, and they don't. It's like Amazon,
Yeah, they're probably going to want somebody younger to play Bond.
Oh, that too.
As long as it's not fucking Idris Elba, bro.
Well, Henry Cavill tested for Casino Royale, and they said he's too young. And then they cast. They cast what's his name? Daniel Craig, who looked forget the actual age, but looks wise.
The problem with Cavill is
Daniel Craig looked fucking older than Pierce Brosnan at the time.
Yeah, dude, he does not look like Bond.
His face looks like fucking leather that's been left out in the sun.
Yeah,
he looks.
I don't know. I'm a Roger Moore Bond guy, so y'all are all wrong. Bond's supposed to look old. He's supposed to look weathered. He's a gentleman.
Fuck you, Timothy Dalton, bro.
No,
Bond is described as looking vicious and ugly. Like, he's described as not looking attractive in a way. He's described,
but yet he bangs all the chicks.
Angry. Yeah,
it's because he has the demeanor too, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the looks. He's
got that Sean Connery energy of like, I'll slap you if you don't fuck me now.
Grip was about to say the problem with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, the big problem I see with Henry Cavill is that he might be too well known. All of the Bonds
When
up
you said
until now
well,
have been basically they haven't done anything major in film. TV, yes, but not film.
Sean
So-
Connery was major as heck, but maybe
Yeah, so
not
was
when he
Pierce
first
Brosnan.
did.
But not in film. He had done some TV shows pre-Bond.
Oh, so that's what launched his career then? Was the Bond movies?
Bond tends to
Yeah,
launch a
Bond
career.
is pretty old, so like when he was Bond, so maybe he hadn't done film really before that.
Yeah. Who was the '90s Bond? The one that came out, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, that guy.
I really liked him, man.
I really
but
liked him. Yeah.
I get hated on for liking him.
Well, I grew up as a
And
kid
also-
looking at him.
Yeah,
Pierce
GoldenEye,
had
man.
like the best gadgets. He had like the best. He looked like a fucking player.
Yeah.
He like and
guy's a Chad, yeah.
he had like some of the best. He had some of the best storylines, but unfortunately, towards the end, his films became too fucking cartoony.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that one? The dude, there was an explosion and diamonds got stuck in a dude's face, and he looked like Mr. Freeze or some shit. Do you remember that one?
Was legit though. That was really legit. Though. I like that. That was one of the few things I was like, yeah, all right, you got that part right.
And the explosion, for some reason, made his eyes go crystally white and shit. So fucking stupid.
That's
all I'm thinking about is the pen scene when you're talking about a guy getting like all like frozen and all that.
Oh yeah, I am invincible.
That was so good because you just watch everybody's like, oh my gosh, how many ticks was that he's doing on the pen, right? Like,
dude, that is awesome. That's an awesome scene.
Yeah, oh yeah. And 006 was one of my favorite characters for a Bond villain.
Oh,
I just
fuck yeah.
really liked him.
Sean Bean. Again,
Sean
dying
Bean, yeah.
as he does in everything. He's just hired to die in films and TV.
Just like what is it, the Superman movie, right? Too. That's all he's doing. Sean Bean. Yeah, I haven't thought of that guy in a good while.
Okay, nerd question. The best Sean Bean death.
Boromir. Is this even a question?
Thank you. Like,
yeah,
50
easily Lord of the
fucking
Rings.
hours.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
bro.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, because dude, he
That
died
was
in
a
the first
sweet
like
death, man.
he died in the first like hour or so in the movie, right?
Of
It wasn't that Fellowship of the Ring.
He
Dude,
went
he
down
died
like
at
a
the end.
fucking soldier.
Oh, he died at the end. Yeah.
It was literally the very end of the movie. He dies. Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas set off on their journey.
Journey.
And by that
Yeah, that's
point, Sam and Frodo are already gone, and Merry and Pippin have been kidnapped. Like the movie ends like 5 minutes later. It's
Okay,
literally
there you go.
the very
Okay, my
end.
bad.
I'm mixing up
Yeah.
movies here.
Yeah,
I
come
haven't
on,
watched
man.
it in too
Bro,
long.
I'm
I was
sorry. I
actually-
haven't seen
I
those
was-
movies in so long.
Me neither, Jake,
gave
man.
me
I'm
life
mixing
up
it
for
up. too,
Frodo.
I
man.
watched them
Good
last
movie.
weekend. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah,
I
he
was
gave his
honestly
life up
pissed
for
off
Frodo.
that
Now,
he survived. I
What?
was just going to say, I was so pissed off that he survived because I actually lost 20 quid in a bet that he survived at the end of National Treasure. I was like, he's going to die at the end. He's going to get killed by the cops
dude,
when he's breaking it. Like,
by the way-
he survived.
When Sean Bean was casted in Game of Thrones, I was thinking he was going to live throughout the entire series because I never read Game of Thrones.
No, he has to
People did.
die.
Most people did.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I was shocked, and then I found out, this guy dies in every single movie he's ever been casted in. It's fucking insane.
You know how everyone dies in Lord. Everyone dies in Game of Thrones. Absolutely everyone, because even George R. Martin's going to die before it's finished. So fucking everyone.
Dude, for real.
So I have a theory about
You know
that.
the movie that I'm worried about them finishing is the Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time. I'm really concerned about that series finishing.
Are you still watching it? Most people I know dialed out of that in like the first season.
No, I like the second season. The first season was was a little truncated compared to the book, obviously. But I could live with that. I didn't have a problem with the first season being kind of they skipped around a little bit. But I think they actually did really good with it. I think the Pat and Fane character is really good. Pretty much they nailed all the characters, I think.
So, so since we were talking about Lord of the Rings and James Bond, Christopher Lee as Scaramanga was the best Bond villain from my perspective. What do y'all think about that?
Christopher Lee is a fucking legend.
Christopher Lee,
bro.
yeah. And he
Dude,
also came out in Lord of the Rings.
only because I fucking love him in everything.
You know, he's a
I
great
will
opera
say-
singer too, right? Like he's an
Dude,
amazing
you know he's in a
opera
metal. He
singer.
was in a metal band, bro.
Yeah, he was in a metal
in
band
the
too. Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee's nuts, man. He's in a metal band, and he was like, wasn't he like a Navy SEAL or something? No, he was
He was a
SAS. He was
soldier
a
that like survived. Yeah.
yeah.
And dude,
fucking nuts.
and bro, Christopher
was
Lee was
Count
meant to
Dooku.
get married to like the princess of Sweden or something, and he turned her down. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be an actor and carry on with my life." He was gonna marry fucking royalty, bro.
Christopher Lee is the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, and he survived the plane crash. He survived like 1 or 2 plane crashes. He's a legend, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, well, he's dead now, right?
But at like 93.
In Return of the King, it was written in the scene where when Wormtongue stabs Sauron in the back, he's supposed to scream, and he told Peter Jackson, he's all like, "Sir, if he'd stabbed me in the back, it would collapse my lung. I wouldn't be able to scream." And he's just like, "How do you know that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I know what it sounds like."
I did that.
I know.
Wow. He corrected it.
Yeah,
Those-
like that
he
doesn't logically make
corrected it,
sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Those
his
like
military
based,
career.
those kind of based claims. Like, do you remember who was it? Who was it? I'm trying to remember now in MMA. One of the guys was Crow Cop, I think, and they were having a face off, and this dude just goes over to like Crow Cop in a face off, and he says to him something like, "I'm ready to die," and he's like, "Good, I'm ready to kill." It's like fucking hell.
Yeah, Mirko Crow Cop.
He was a
actually
killer.
Killed people. Yeah.
Oh,
He was,
yeah, yeah.
he was,
Wasn't that Boss Rutten?
No, it was
that or Vanderlei
Silva.
or something
Silva.
like that.
Yeah, it
Silva,
was
yeah.
Vanderlei.
Yeah.
Vanderlei Silva, they called him the Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then
But he
his leg
looked
got
like
axed
a-
in that one fight, which was gruesome.
No, man, not
No.
Anderson.
You're
Vanderlei.
thinking of Anderson.
Vanderlei
Oh,
Silva.
I'm thinking of
Silva.
yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. I was thinking of
Yeah,
Anderson
Vanderlei's
Silva.
that ugly dude that looks like a fucking cave troll. That's Vanderlei.
He looked like he blocked all the punches with his face. Yeah.
Yeah.
In every fight he
he
was ever in.
looks like he was missing a chromosome.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who he is now. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Another
Vanderlei
villain though,
Silva.
another Bond villain, just because I fucking
This
love
dude.
the actor, was what's his name?
Christopher
Yeah.
Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. Max,
Walken, yeah.
Max, what's his name?
Max
Zorin.
Zorin.
Yeah. View to a Kill. Walken is just he's another guy who's just terrifying as shit.
Oh, he was awesome in the new Dune movies. I love him as the Emperor of the Known Universe, man. I've read all of the Dune books, most of them twice, man.
Have you seen Seven Psychopaths?
And I love that movie.
Which
I
one?
don't want
Dune?
the Seven Psychopaths. Well, both,
Seven
yeah,
Psychopaths. Fuck it.
well,
The best
yeah.
opening. One of the best openings in a film.
The Denis Villeneuve Dune movies are also good. But yes, Seven Psychopaths. I love that at the end of the movie. It was just like, put your gun down.
When you realize
Or put
why
your-
he's wearing the scarf, you realize why Christopher Walken's wearing the scarf. You're like, holy shit, it's him.
Put your hands up. No.
He's like, no.
Hey, watch it with the spoilers, you
Hey,
bastard.
What? It's like, but I got a gun. I don't care. I don't want to.
But also, his voice is awesome. Dude. Like, do you remember in Batman Returns when he's like, bottom line, she tries to screw me over, drop her out a higher window. It's fucking nutcase, man. He's awesome.
Fucking, he was great in Jesus Christ. Fuck. the
Catch
David
Me If You
Spade-
Can.
Well,
Catch
yeah,
Me.
that he's great in that movie. But no, the David Spade movie. Fuck, Joe Dirt.
Oh, God.
Oh shit.
Oh, Dirt
He
was legend, bro.
He's great. in
That was
Joe
a great
Dirt.
movie. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fucking, it turns out he's a mafia hitman who's in witness protection.
No,
Yes,
dude,
yes.
his best monologue ever was Pulp Fiction, though. I mean, that's like
Oh,
it's not a nerd movie, but
Respect.
man,
Oh,
that's
God, yeah.
Bro, it is,
5
bro.
years.
Fucking
That's how-
Tarantino, bro.
Oh yeah,
The
Tarantino.
minute he walks in, though, the
uncomfortable,
first thing he says to the
My
kids
ass.
when he's like, I just love the opening line. The opening line, you know, he starts chewing up the scenery in the opening line in the best possible way when he's just like, hello, little man. Like, who fucking starts talking to a kid like that?
Now, when you want to talk about Bond villains, I really like Le Sheriff from, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's been a long time, from Casino Royale. Mads Mikkelsen. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire reason why, I mean, Mads Mikkelsen's good. He's great in everything he does. He's really great in that movie. But the thing that made him the greatest Bond villain of all time was when he does the chair torture. When he strips Bond naked, sits him in the chair with
yeah.
a hole cut in the bottom of it.
Dude, that was
and
nuts.
wax his balls with their tied up with the fucking boat rope, with the giant ass thick rope that they used to drag boats
And
around.
he's like, to the left, to the left.
But no, Mads Mikkelsen's great. He's a great villain in that movie.
Fuck yeah.
That was great. Yeah, I'll have the pleasure of knowing that I died with you scratching my balls. That was great. That was great.
God.
That's legit.
No, but as Sean Bean death, I didn't get a chance to bring this up earlier. Now, the iconic, the best Sean Bean death ever was obviously Boromir. My personal favorite was Equilibrium. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie.
Dude, Equilibrium was
when
such
he
a
reads
good
the book,
movie, bro.
when he reads the
That's
book and they
Yes.
decide to, yeah.
Dude, you guys know as well, right? If it wasn't for Equilibrium and Raid, we would have never had John Wick, bro. That was the first movie that brought the gun kata in.
Yeah, Kurt
was
Wimmer was a
Equilibrium.
fucking genius, dude. He was ahead of his time. And,
Yeah,
but no,
that whole
I love that
gunfighting with the gun katas and shit, and how they would also use the guns as like to punch, basically how they shot.
Jake,
So
have you
that
seen
whole-
Equilibrium?
I haven't seen. I just looked it up. It's with Christian Bale.
Fucking
Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale,
You
bro.
like-
It was
one of my
epic.
Yeah,
absolute favorite movies
It
ever.
was epic.
But
Really?
Jake
Epic,
also
Jake.
likes Jake likes
it's epic. Watch
1984
it.
references, and that's
Yes,
a
I do.
1984 film if ever there was one.
Oh,
Really?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
1984
like
all the way, man.
the kind of elevator pitch is that after like World War III, basically what's left of humanity like gets together in this city, and they're led by a
Father figure.
Yeah, a father figure who produces a drug called not prosium. Wait, it might have been. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's a drug that suppresses
Emotions. It suppresses your emotions.
So like now, not all of your emotions. Like it's kind of murky about whether or not they're completely devoid of emotion or not. But no, it's like you can feel just enough like ambition to want to be good at your job.
To
things
function,
like this.
basically.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
like,
I think you can also
It looks
not
very
get
Matrix-ish,
sad
bro.
well, that was a
It
common
is.
criticism was that it was like this is just a Matrix ripoff, but it couldn't be like other than
It
like
wasn't.
aesthetically, sure, a little bit.
Yeah,
of it,
that's what I was
like,
looking at too. It
was
kind
a-
of looks like
There was so much little symbolism. Like, did you notice that the gun flare, like when they're firing the guns off, look like the symbol?
Yeah, the symbol for the tetragrammaton. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like it's real like it's got its twists and turns, and Christian Bale is great.
Yeah.
And fucking Tay
Good
Dixon, everybody's
storyline.
great.
Everything
Yes.
was good about it, dude.
The fight scenes were fantastic. It just is so good.
Oh.
At one point, Christian
You know,
Bale
an
had the record for
underappreciated movie in that same kind of line is both Judge Dredd's.
Oh yeah, Judge Dredd. Yeah, I definitely saw that
It is
one.
kind of like Judge Dredd almost
Yeah.
because they're like the police force. Christian Bale and them are like they're like the highest police force.
clerics.
But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
thank you for
clerics,
saying that,
yeah.
Grid One, because yes, the 2012 Carl Urban Dredd was the better film and really, really good. But I don't care what anybody says. 1995, fucking Sly Stallone, Judge Dredd.
Bro.
I fucking love that movie.
Yo,
I
Papa
The
love
only
that
thing I love about that, was that it got the only problem with the Christian Bale one was it didn't get the look of the mega city right. And
Yeah.
Right.
in the Sylvester Stallone one, it looked like Mega City, and
No,
also when you see the
it
wastelands.
was
Carl Urban
Carl
one.
Urban with
Yeah.
Judge Dredd because we actually I worked on that, bro. That was done here in Cape Town.
When was
Sorry,
that
what was that?
remake with?
No, but I know what you're talking about because it
The
was
Carl
like
Urban Judge Dredd. It was done here in
Yeah.
Cape Town,
it's
Jake.
just called
Yeah,
Dredd.
yeah,
It
no,
came
no,
out in
that was
2012.
that was my
What?
favorite.
Oh, 2012.
but, like,
I was going to ask what year that
but
was.
in
It came out in 12.
in
yeah.
the Sylvester Stallone one, it looked like the comic. Like the bikes
Yeah.
looked like the bikes, the city looked like the city. And when you saw the wastelands, when I saw Mean Machine Angel, and when you see the ABC Warrior, I was like, I'm sold on this shit.
Yeah,
Even after he took his helmet off, I was like, you're
The
a
helmet
fucking
was a
dick.
little bit shit, bro. That
Yeah.
helmet was a little bit big.
But yeah, no.
But Carl Urban's
really
was
love the
easily the
original.
best.
they wanted to
I
like
really
strip
love
it.
the original Sly Stallone Judge Dredd.
Well, so do I.
That it,
Yeah,
it
we
just
all
kicks
do.
balls, man.
Yeah,
but
we
Carl-
all did. No,
I
he
understand
was-
what they wanted to do with the Carl Urban movie is they wanted it to wanted like the uniform to be a bit more believable. But also, I kind of like, but I know what you're saying with Mega City 1 didn't look like Mega City 1 because it was much more spread out and like the blocks
Dude,
were
it
way
was
further
fucking
apart
Cape
from each other.
Town. It's because it was
It
Cape
didn't look
Town.
it did not look enough like the comic book. It just didn't.
Well, no, and they didn't want it to. They wanted.
But the thing
Yeah,
is that
but the
Carl
original
played,
Judge Dredd, it was it was literally like you were reading the comic book.
Except
but
for all the
Carl
liberties
Urban
that they
played
took.
him right. Carl
Yeah.
Urban played him 100%
Yeah,
accurate. It
in the
was
comics, he
absolutely
never
fucking
takes his helmet
amazing.
off, and he was.
And
Yeah.
I like that they had Anderson as the partner, and she's like got the psi abilities. That was fucking good.
Yeah.
Whoa! The first Judge Dredd had Rob Schneider as comic relief. That's why it's better.
Well, I mean,
That's
what really
true.
breaks my heart
Yeah,
is that
early
like
young Rob Schneider.
the 2012 Dredd didn't do well enough to get a sequel because where they had Anderson as the partner in the first movie, they were going to set up Death. They were going to set up Judge Death.
Yeah. The dark judges were going to come in.
And,
But did you
then,
hear
like,
that they
it
might?
flopped and yeah.
They were saying that they wanted to make it into a series, a sequel as a series. And Carl
Urban's
Urban
too old,
apparently
man.
might still do it after he finishes The Boys.
Oh,
Really?
that'd
That
be
would
good.
be good.
That'd be
And
cool.
one thing
He
that
was
made Carl
good. He's
Urban
good in The
legit-
Boys, dude. He's
Sorry?
good in The Boys. Carl
He's
Urban
fucking
in The
brilliant in
Boys.
it, man.
He's
He's
fucking
brilliant.
epic.
The Butcher stuff is
There's
literally
too much
the
gay
only
stuff
reason.
in the boys, man.
Well, I agree. The Butcher stuff is the
Yeah.
only reason why I'm still watching The Boys. Everything else about it it's gone
a little
completely
bit-
off the rails.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
happened
it's
in
like
the
it's,
dynamic-
it's
the
all
dynamic-
shock factor. It's
But
all
the
shock
dynamic
factor,
between
dude.
Homelander and Butcher is the best. Like
Yeah, that's
them
the only
two
reason
on
why I'm
screen
still
Yeah,
together.
no, like it's kind of
Yeah.
cool and all that. With like, if you ripped out all the degenerate nonsense, yeah, it's a pretty enjoyable show. I agree with that.
You know, I
But
heard
they're
Kyle
overloaded with
Urban.
degeneracy.
I heard Kyle Urban got casted as Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Actually,
Yeah.
old for that shit.
he's too old. I was
Who?
thinking the same thing.
Who
Wait,
Carl
what? There's a
Urban?
Mortal Kombat
Yes, that he got casted as Johnny Cage.
Carl Urban is
No.
like 50, bro.
They casted him.
No.
They casted him as
dude.
Johnny Cage.
He's
Mortal
got good
Kombat
genes. It'll be
2.
all right.
Yes, Mortal Kombat 2.
coming out this year supposedly.
Dude,
Supposedly.
that's gonna be epic.
But honestly,
Mortal
Mortal Kombat
Kombat
1, I didn't like it that much, to be honest.
No, it was
It
that was
was
at
so
least
corny,
decent.
but I still enjoyed it, man.
It was
Yeah.
corny.
He's
But I just
How are
like
you
it because
gonna
it's
make-
Mortal Kombat.
how-
That's it.
How are you going to
Yeah,
make a
exactly.
film like Mortal Kombat and the lead character is
music
a
was
character
good,
who was
though.
never in the games?
Exactly.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Luke,
No,
like
I
if you're not
know.
gonna Liu Kang or Scorpion
no, you-
should have been the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have started off with the Scorpion Sub-Zero rivalry as
Yeah.
like, fucking that movie centered around
You know
them.
what-
Listen,
You know
the
what you should
animated
do?
Mortal
Sure.
Kombats are the shit, though. Let's
What you
just
should
admit
do,
that.
I was
I gotta
about to
jump off
say
for a minute,
exactly. If you want to make a successful movie, just adapt the animated shit that gets it right.
Yeah, because the
Like the
animated ones were
MK
epic.
Legends animated series was brilliant.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
The DC animated universe films are better than any fucking film they brought out in the past
Big
30
time.
years.
Big
It's
time.
same
bro.
with Resident Evil, man.
So we're
Like,
talking
the
about
animated Resident Evil is way better than the garbage live action of it.
So we're
Tony,
talking
don't
about
say
video
that.
game
I
movies.
worked on the last one with Mila as well, you bastard.
So I have you to blame it.
Look, can I just ask you, like, why is-
an unpopular position
Go ahead.
and defend? Like, look, I understand they're nothing like the games, but Paul W.S. Anderson didn't want his Resident Evil movie to be. It's stupid. He shouldn't have. Like, if you're gonna adapt a video game, he should probably adapt it right. But I can't help it. In 2002, I was young and I saw Mila Jovovich's movies, and I was just all like, "This is great."
Yeah.
And then I watched all those movies, and I unironically love them all. Like, I think, well, okay, the last one, the final chapter was kind of shit. But
Like, I just wanna
The
say-
problem is that Anderson just because he's married to her, he just wants to keep her in work, man. I mean, look, dude, she's like 60 fucking years old nearly, man. Just let her go. Like,
Hey,
put
dude,
somebody
listen,
else in a movie. And
Mila,
they're putting her in another film. Like he did the what's it called? The Three Musketeers, right? He puts her in
Yeah.
it. He did,
But
and
listen-
then I know he wasn't involved in it. I don't think he was. But she's the witch in Hellboy, like the last
Yeah.
reboot of Hellboy. Like, what? Why is she getting
dude, I
so
just want
much-
to say,
well,
the
because she's
nepotism shit
popular.
is a bit.
Fucking shout out to Smoking Spaceman, Jake. He's like my fucking one of my best mods, bro. Shout out to you, Smoking Spaceman.
Dude, honestly, I don't know why I haven't made him as a wrench because I see him here all the fucking time, and I see him on
he's the best dude, Jake. Hands down, Smoking Spaceman's the best grifting mod in the West, bro. Best grifter in the West, bro.
He turned 49 back in
he's
December,
a good dude.
Yeah,
so
but
she's not even 50 yet.
Oh man, sorry, I just remember her.
Bad comic book movies in the '90s. We had the two worst not comic book movies, video game movies. It
Don't you dare say Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter the movie,
Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter the movie, and Mario Brothers movie.
Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers is pretty bad,
crazy, bro. Dragon Ball Z.
I like them all, but
Dragon Ball was in the 2000s. That was in the 2000s.
Dragon Ball's also not a video game movie.
Good point. Yeah, that's true.
But by the way, though, going back to Paul W.S. Anderson, gotta say, I will have infinite respect for that guy, not just because of Mortal Kombat. Like earlier on, somebody said, "Oh, it was a flop." It was a flop, but it was a cult hit. It was a cult hit. Everybody loved that fucking film.
Yeah.
And the other one was Event Horizon. Event Horizon is
Mortal Kombat flopped.
Yeah.
What was that? MK flopped.
Second... Oh, MK.
No,
the new
Mortal
one.
Kombat Annihilation flopped. The first one didn't.
No,
the first one was a commercial flop. It did flop.
But it had a cult following, so they made part 2, and that one flopped bad.
And most of the profits from the first Mortal Kombat was from DVD sales, like VHS and DVD sales.
Yeah.
Well, that's back in the day when you could still turn a flop into a win with sales of DVDs and stuff. Often. Now they're fucked if they make.
According to AI, Mortal Kombat released August 18th, 1995, was a box office success, earning $23.2 million its opening weekend, reaching the top spot at the box office that weekend. Nearly 8 times the opening amount of the only other new release that weekend, The Babysitter's Club. So it didn't have a ton.
I guess it was
it released.
It
released at a time of year where it had no competition, really.
No, but it enjoyed a 3-week stint at number 1 and grossed $73 million domestically, $51 million in other territories. In 1995, $124.7 million.
Yeah,
is what
that's
it
good
earned.
money for the time.
But the other,
maybe you're thinking
I was
of
going to
number
say
2,
for him,
Damien.
Yeah, and the budget.
Maybe you're thinking number 2.
The budget for the budget for it was only $20 million. Annihilation flopped hard.
Annihilation flopped hard.
I hated Annihilation. That just made me irritated beyond belief.
I just remember the reviews at the time. Like, me and my friends fucking loved it, but God, I remember everybody saying, like, on the reviewers on TV were saying it was shit. Even games magazines were saying it was shit because it didn't adapt the story properly. It was
that was the narrative for every single comic book movie when they were first like adapting it to movies. Like that's what it was. People wanted accuracy at the time. Now people don't care because it's multiverse, right? Everything's multiverse these days. So Batman could be a gay and black.
He does usually. He does. That was the only film. That was the only film that he adapted where the characters were pretty much accurate to the game. There wasn't some imagined character that he put in there. But then when you look at Resident Evil, an imagined character that he put in there. You look at Monster Hunter, an imagined character that he put in there.
Evil was so. I can't get over how pissed off I am at that movie series. Like the main character being this freaking random woman that is like bizarre, overpowered. I hated it so bad.
Yo, dude, Resident Evil 1 was awesome. Resident Evil 1 was awesome. Take your fucking words back.
Rewatch it and tell me it's awesome. It's garbage.
Do you know why? Do you know why Resident Evil 1 was awesome? If you want to know why Resident Evil 1 was awesome, Michelle Rodriguez gets killed in it.
Yeah. No, dude, Resident Evil 1 was good. You're high, bro. You're high, bro.
He does like freaking kicks to the dog's face. Yeah, because that happens in the video game. Like just freaking.
It was awesome. Take it back, Forney. It was awesome. Just calm down.
It was fun to watch that scene, but no, it's not Resident Evil. It needs to be chucked in the garbage where it belongs. Wait
a second. Fani said that it was rubbish because you couldn't kick dogs in the game, right? So if they wanted to make an accurate, wanted to make an accurate Resident Evil film, it should have been the stupidest possible camera angles with the characters walking into walls.
Yes, I'd watch that movie, bro. It's like, wait, what is behind the main character? I can't see it.
Little piece of movie trivia though. Paul W.S. Anderson did take a couple liberties, not a bunch of them. It was very, very video game accurate, except one thing he changed super hard, and it was Kano. In Mortal Kombat's original lore, Kano was a Japanese man.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
He cast the Australian guy.
Yeah.
To play an English guy.
Badass enough,
To play an English guy.
I wanted to see him rip a guy's heart out in the movie.
Well,
like,
he did with Reptile, right?
No, he didn't. That was Liu Kang fought Reptile in that movie.
Yeah.
I thought
anyway,
it was
way too easy.
The guy who the guy that they got to play, the Australian guy that they got to play Kano, became so
he was kind of cool.
He became so iconic that John what's his name?
Ed Boon.
Ed Boon, thank you. Ed Boon actually changed the lore and made Kano Australian in the video game, in the canon lore. Yes, because originally in the original lore for the original Mortal Kombat game, Kano is Japanese. They changed it and made him an Australian guy to match the movie because he became so iconic.
Yeah,
wow, I didn't know that.
role. Like a lot of them played their role very well. So
that guy deleted himself though. That actor.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but yes,
he was also in another really good fucking film. He was in Deep Rising, which was a fucking super underrated horror movie. It was fucking hilarious. Really good film.
I don't think I ever saw that movie. I know
with
Famke
Janssen, the Bond chick from Goldeneye.
Who's probably most famous for playing Jean Grey in the early X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the other, Paul, when we're talking about stupid, overpowered female characters in films that Paul Anderson did, is if you remember, Alien versus Predator, where you've got the female guide, like the strong black independent woman who leads them on the expedition to get to that underground pyramid.
Yeah, but like there was a female who got adopted by predators in the comics, though, wasn't there? She was Japanese.
She was the Japanese chick in Alien versus Predator, but yeah, she wasn't quite like this. Like the Predators kind of saved her ass a good few times.
Yeah, but
and
she
got given the scar to welcome into the clan.
Well, yeah, but like in the comic book, the Japanese chick, I cannot remember her name, but like she like is able to like solo xenomorph. She gets a plasma caster and a mask and everything.
Yeah, but wasn't she like a fighter to begin with though?
Well, yeah, sure. I see what you're saying. Like that the strong black archaeologist rock climbing lady is suddenly able to kill xenomorphs. I get it. Like I'm with you. But
and also like she was carrying a gun. And the Predator's like, "Oh, I'm just not gonna read you as a threat, like even though you've got like the weaponry on you."
So y'all are doing a good job with Alien and Predator, but the video game movie that would trounce all of that and have a hot chick is Metroid, because Samus is banging, dude. I mean, that would be an awesome movie. I don't know why they haven't made it.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo,
Metroid the movie.
Metroid.
Nintendo, like. I can't remember what studio did the Mario movie, but they would have to do it. They would have to, if they want to do Metroid justice, it would need to be an animated movie. Probably done by the same studio that did the recent animated Mario movie.
Oh no, it's got to be a real chick, someone with a nice rack, dude. Don't tell me that.
But you can get a real, you can get a real actress and then like scan her into like actually do
like what they did with Alita. They took that chick in Alita and like scanned her face and then like CGI'd it afterwards.
But yeah, no, I think if you want to do any Nintendo property, I don't think will transition well to live action. If you want to make movies out of Nintendo stuff, you have to do it with CGI. And I think that Metroid would lend itself well to a CGI movie. So it's possible, but I don't think Nintendo will ever pull the trigger on that. Because it would cost a lot of money and it might flop.
Why couldn't you?
Well, they're building a Nintendo expanded universe, so they're definitely going to make it
with Mario and stuff. Yeah, it has to be done at this point because they're going to do the Marvel run, right? So they're going to.
And they're making like they're doing the unless they've already done it, the theme park, the Nintendo World theme park. That's meant to rival Disney World.
Wait, where Universal Studios? I assume.
It's gonna be Nintendo's own. It's not gonna be at another place. It's not gonna be at Universal. It's gonna be their own park.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
So that's why they're going into building the expanded universe of Nintendo films, because that's gonna like.
So a little off topic, but Wally was bringing them out when we were talking about the subjects earlier, so I didn't bring these guys out. But I got like the
Xenomorph.
alien.
It's the
toys.
queen.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
She's got that tail whipping action too.
Wait, do that again?
Oh, there you go. Tail whipping action.
Bro, that's
Then,
so
like, the
90s.
mouth actually like comes out too. Like it doesn't come out very easy anymore. Like because it never really did. You like it's air pressured, so it just goes. And then
Dude,
nice.
here you go. And then it's got
Nice.
the gorilla gripping action.
dude, it's so
Dude,
fucking
that's
old.
Dude,
Yeah.
90s toys were the
Then,
best, bro.
They were.
There,
They were.
there you go, the bull alien, and then
Oh,
Dude.
I remember all those on TV.
Yeah.
I remember the advertisements for those.
Oh, dude, they're like the coolest toys that ever came out back then.
Dude, I have all my toys over there in my mom's house, bro. Unless she threw them out, I don't know. But I had
got, like,
Akuma and Mega
hopefully
Man,
not,
and
bro.
hopefully not.
I gave
Yeah.
a bunch to my
Gotta put
my
that
niece
shit in
and
a
nephew,
shelf,
but,
bro.
like,
I got to do that. Yeah, you're right. All the old school toys. I used to collect the Batman animated series action figures. I had a whole bunch of them.
nice.
The blue
That
one,
was-
the white one, and all that shit.
Dude, I
That
got
was
like,
the most accurate adaptation of Batman.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%, dude.
I got the Tetradome still, the sewer base for like Ninja
Well,
Turtles and all that.
I've actually been
Dude.
watching that recently, and it is a very good adaptation. The only thing that's not like super accurate is that like and it was good, but that early Batman the animated series, like Batman got his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Not-
not,
not
even
even- not-
because
no,
he
no,
has
no,
gadgets and stuff.
No, but no,
like-
except that he's the best martial artist in the world, and he gets beat up by henchmen, regular henchmen.
But if you
Well, they got to
if
make
you
it
look at
exciting,
though,
right?
if you look at the art style of it, right, it actually comes back from like if you look at the old school pre Comics Code Authority comics of the Batman, like at the very start. And in those earlier comics, Batman did get his ass handed to him a lot. Like,
Oh, yeah. You're talking about when Bill Finger was
well,
was in
yeah.
charge.
but- So
Like,
if you look back
the
then,
character
and like
carried a gun and shot people.
the 1940s, yeah, because this is what pissed me off.
Yep.
Like when you got like gatekeepers or
It's the most
so-called
accurate
wannabe
Batman,
gatekeepers,
bro.
when they looked at
Amazing show.
when they watched Man of Steel, right? They were like, "Oh, but he killed somebody at the end." Like Superman fucking killed people all the time in the original comics before Comics
Yep.
Code Authority came in.
Well,
and
I did
said, "You're
feel
not
like
allowed to do this."
I felt like that next season, the Batman and Robin. Remember when Nightwing was there and everything like that? I felt like he got his ass kicked a lot less in that second portion of the series.
They changed the art style to make it fit more with Superman the animated
Yes.
series, and they needed him to
Yeah.
be. Yeah, they needed him to hang a
No,
little
but
bit
this
better.
style was the best, dude. This was like it.
And
was its
Justice
own
League,
thing.
the
The Justice League,
animated
bro.
series.
Oh, that
Now,
was so
here's
good.
The thing. Justice League Batman
Yeah.
is so overpowered. Like
Yeah,
compared
he
to,
is.
like it's funny. I'm supposed to.
Well, he has to be. He has to be because
I know
he's.
he does. But like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to believe that the same guy who
Yep.
got beat up all the time by regular henchmen
Is
can
now taking on gods
can now solo 10 alien soldiers by himself.
and dodging
Yeah.
Darkseid's fucking Omega beams and shit.
Well,
Yes,
don't-
that's the same
don't-
Batman.
No, that's
Don't-
Batman.
don't-
That is canon. I disavow. That's
Yeah, but
canon.
that-
Don't
but
forget,
that
though,
also
they did
happened.
admit-
That
they
also
admitted
happened in
it
the
was a
Justice
different
League.
universe.
No, it's
No,
the
they
same-
didn't. No, it's the same
They
universe.
did. They admitted it. That's what because they said that like that's why the art style was different, and that's why some of the earlier storylines when they crossed over with certain characters that were later on in the Justice League one, they were saying like, "Oh, but why didn't they pick up on the earlier encounter?" And they were like, "Oh, well, this is like a fresh story that's not related to the others,"
No,
which
that's
is
not-
why they changed the art style of Batman. He's got a different suit, like
No,
you know.
all the Bruce Timm shows share a universe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought because
Batman-
it was
no,
supposed to
that's
be.
that's literally what Bruce Timm himself said. Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited are all one shared continuity.
One stuff. Yeah.
So
By
then,
the way,
why did those crossovers not get expounded upon in Justice League? Then why didn't they explain
What
like, look, you already met these characters?
I mean, it's the
for
writing.
instance-
but-
no, but for instance, whenever Zatanna shows up in Justice League, they make direct reference to
to that
the-
episode.
to the
that
episode
she trained
of
him.
Batman
Yeah.
the animated series that he
That-
trained with her dad.
Yeah, that was true. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
but
episode.
that was like known from comic book lore, though.
Yeah, but it happened in the animated
except
series
that's
too,
not
Damon.
true. In the comic book lore, he did not train with Zatara. That never happened in the comic books. They might have retconned that in.
Oh
recent-
shit! No, he trained with Oh fuck! I forget who now. But yeah, no. You're right. You're right. No, there was Ray Charles Gould, but then there was also the other guy with the French name, Ducard, who was meant to be the Shadow later on. And they said that the Shadow actually assumed the form of Ducard. Because have you seen the Batman Shadow crossover?
No,
I haven't. But by the way, guys, do you guys remember the Spider-Man animated series? Did Spider-Man ever punch anyone? I think they did. I don't remember.
He would throw punches, but you'd never see the punches land. What would happen is he would throw a punch at the camera or at an angle, and then the screen would flash a color, so you'd never see the punches land.
Really? I never noticed that as a kid.
I don't think that is like because they didn't want to show it. I think it's because it's more enjoyable to watch. Like it's easier to animate that. You know what I mean?
I think you saw him hitting robots because remember there was that guy who created all of the spider hunters.
Alistair Smythe.
Alistair Smythe, yeah. I think you see him smashing up robots, but I don't remember if you see him smashing up people.
You might be right. They were worried about like encouraging like kids going out and mimicking like fighting people and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which kind of sucks and is lame. Kind of a little, limp-wristed, but I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't like it because they like want men to like stand up for women, but yet they want men to be women, and I don't know. It's so weird.
Spider-Man couldn't punch anyone. Wow, I never noticed that in the fucking cartoon. I seriously went past my head. I gotta rewatch it.
But then we grew up like with shit like fucking He-Man and G.I. Joe and shit, where everyone was just like fucking murdering people.
No.
Well, I didn't grow up with that.
Nobody died in G.I. Joe.
Nobody
they
died in
always
He-Man
lived.
Nobody ever died in He-Man, and you never saw He-Man
Yeah.
one with his sword.
No, but you see Man at Arms and everyone else like laser guns shooting at people. You probably don't see it, but you know that people.
And they fall to the ground, and they're back the next episode.
But don't forget, this is what originally happened in comics, right? This is what happened in comics before the Comics Code Authority got brought in and said like, no, heroes aren't going to kill anyone anymore, right?
Right.
And back then, it's like you wouldn't always explicitly see heroes killing people, but you would see Superman just pick up a car with a bunch of robbers in it, and he would throw it over a fucking mountain. He would like literally just like yeet the fucking car like 100 miles into the sky. And you're like, what's going to happen to them? It's like, obviously.
I know it's a little kid show, but you never watch Pokemon? Like James and Jesse, they get shot off into the sky all the time. They come back to another episode.
That's true. They come back the very next episode. How did they survive that?
But do you know what's also funny?
Fine because Pikachu might die, but
Well, like there was one episode where Superman just like backhands somebody after they emptied a machine gun into him, and he just smiles. And like Lois is like scared, like, oh my god, are you safe? And he's like, of course, I've got bullet resistant skin. And he's like, and he goes like, unlike these punks, and he just like backhands a dude through a fucking building. You see like just a hole in the building, and it's like you never see them afterwards. You don't see like this kind of like stain of human pudding, but you know that they didn't survive that shit. Well, and Batman did the same, like.
They wouldn't even go through the building. They would just turn into mush. If he's hitting them with that much force.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you ever seen The Boys? Remember that scene in The Boys where he smacks the dude and he fucking turns into mush right there? He doesn't even go through the building.
But don't forget though, like if you look at The Boys, Ennis doesn't fucking like heroes, right? Earlier on we mentioned V for Vendetta, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at Alan Moore, who also did The Watchmen, like Alan Moore does not like capes.
Yeah,
he's always admitted he loved when he first got involved in comics. He loved superheroes. He loved superheroes when he first started off in comics, but the more he got used to the industry, partly because of the executives and how they handled intellectual properties, but mainly because of how he saw the public kind of being inspired by them in a way that he thought was problematic. He fucking hates heroes. He hates the hero archetype. Partly because I think he became like a liberal pussy.
Sure.
And he wanted, when he wrote The Watchmen, for example, Rorschach was supposed to be a character that you vehemently despise.
He became the most popular character in the book.
And he became the most and he hated that Rorschach became popular, which is why when it got adapted into a movie, even though I'm not sure how much say he had in it.
None, zero.
He had zero. Even with Vendetta, he had no say.
Right. So the thing is that he was friends with. I think at the time he was friends with Snyder. I think. So respectfully, when the film was being made, they tried to make it a point that when Rorschach first gets captured by the police, he's supposed to be humiliated when his mask is removed. And they made a reference where they had to bring in that line where they said, "Oh, he stinks like shit," right? Because you're supposed to think he's this subhuman piece of trash.
Right.
And at the end, he's the only guy that rejects this idea of the foundations on which they built the utopia, right? Oh, we've got now a lasting peace. And he's like, but it's built on a lie and millions of dead bodies.
Never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon.
Exactly. So you have this problem, which is kind of like, okay, it's slightly different, but it's kind of like this rejection of like the noble lie, right? So in a way, I mean, I know it's not exactly the same, but if you look at Plato's noble lie in the Republic, it's like, is it okay to achieve like an ethically sound outcome if the way you've done it is through a lie? Like you're being dishonest, right? Now, fair enough, in The Watchmen, millions of people died to build that lie. But you still like Ozymandias says, like millions died to save billions, right?
I think that's what Marxism tries to do all the time, right? Like,
well,
who cares
the problem with Marxism is that you never.
If we bring in our utopia, we can just rewrite.
Yeah, but the problem with Marxism, which is why I don't think it's okay to compare it to Marxism, but I think Alan Moore does think it's okay, is that at least in The Watchmen you have the happy ending. Marxism, millions are going to die, but you're still not going to save the billions. They're going to fucking die too.
Yeah, it doesn't work in real life.
Actually, have the utopia because it never works.
Yeah.
No, Damon. It just wasn't done right. You don't understand. Next
time. Oh yeah, we didn't try it right these last 50 times.
I'm pretty sure Alan
well, that's
Moore
why we
is
need.
a Marxist.
That's why we need Bernie as president, bro. He's got to do it right this time.
Yeah, he's gonna
exactly.
You got to tune in.
Shout out to Fatty, bro.
The arguments, man. He'll show you, man. He'll show you the way.
Well, it's like the thing is that if you ever want to defeat somebody in an argument about any form of like socialism, communism, or Marxism, any kind of ideology like that, you just say to them, at what point is it okay for us, after how many hundreds of millions or billions of people that we've killed, at what point do we say, let's just fucking stop trying now? You've tried it enough times, so I think we need to just draw a line under it, like, just fucking forget it. Like,
man, you're such a quitter, Damon, man. Like,
Mama raised a quitter over here.
Well, the thing is, man, is like, I don't think they ever will, because the second you give up on these bizarre secular utopias, like, you kind of get hit with reality of like nihilism and like, what's the point of it all? And it just goes down this dark path, and so they have to have this dream of.
Yeah, well, just ask them, like, are you willing to accept that millions of people might have to die to save billions? And if they say yes, then just say to them, okay, can you volunteer to be one of the millions that dies, please?
It'd be a better place right here.
They believe they are the chosen ones that will get to live, though. And
see, that's the convenient thing about it, isn't it? That's the convenient thing. I will be the good leader.
Yes,
and the sad thing is that you can agree. You can say to them, "Okay, look, maybe you know the person. It's like, I agree. I think you would be a good leader, but under your own policy and under this ideology, you're breeding a system where you're going to have a guy who's a piece of shit standing behind you who's going to kill you, and he's going to want to seize your place. Because if you're the benevolent guy, you're going to be trusting, and this is how these people succeed: is by getting rid of the benevolent leader and supplanting them, and they're going to be the person there."
Yeah, he's got it.
That's a great one. The Killing Joke.
The
man.
Killing Joke. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan Moore.
So good.
Yep. And I guess
The
Moore
thing that
did
sucked
hate
about that
Batgirl.
story. The thing that sucked about that story is how many people missed out the actual reveal at the end because they didn't fucking get it.
Yeah. Well,
Like
because
if you look
it
at
was
the
always
last couple of
debated.
pages,
Yeah.
the beam of light on the reflected in the water, people didn't understand that and what it fucking meant.
Yeah, that to walk over the beam, right? The beam of light
Yeah.
and that. Yeah, I remember that part. Oh shit.
Are you talking about the whole thing where Batman actually killed the Joker?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're on the
People
same
like,
page.
people like, oh yeah, like they had a joke at the end. It's like, no, he fucking killed him. It's like,
He
no, he didn't.
strangled him. He reached out and strangled him, yeah.
Yeah, and they were
Mhm.
like, oh, but you don't see him die. It's like that's what the fucking light symbolized.
Yeah.
But
No
the
kidding.
story is
Great
canon
artwork.
and the Joker can't die because they need him for future stories.
Yeah. That's why
Because
it was
after the Killing Joke, Barbara became Oracle, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sweet,
that
man.
was the stupidest thing. Comics, like comics started dying when they decided to bring a time into comics. Comics are supposed to be timeless. The minute they bring time in and they started trying to age out characters
Yeah.
and like retire
It's got to be
characters,
like The Simpsons, where the kids are kids for like 30 years.
Forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because these are archetypes, right? It's not these actual characters. They're like representing these ideas that we
Yeah.
have for people and all that. Yeah.
And the reason why they did that, the reason why they're like, oh no, we're going to age them out. We're going to age Superman out. We're going to retire Superman.
Yeah,
and now you've got like John, who's like the new Superman. The
Mhm.
whole reason of them wanting to do that, the reason why the executives wanted to do that was the most insidious reason ever. Like how they've wanted to replace Peter Parker as Spider-Man for like 30 years now.
Ben Riley.
And the only-
Yeah. Bunch of
They
replacements.
tried with Ben Riley. They
Ben
tried with
Riley
Miles
was literally
Morales.
a clone of Peter Parker, though. So
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but he was a totally different personality.
But the reason
Uh,
why they wanted to do it was so that they don't have to pay royalties anymore.
Is Wally's stream still running?
Yeah, it's still running.
Oh,
He's simul streaming with this stream. So once it ends, it'll end on his end as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But King
they
Blackout,
wanted
get
to-
your ass over to Project VO Pod, sir.
Yeah, he's
They
over
wanted
there.
to. They wanted to replace Clark Kent with Jonathan, and
Yeah.
make Jonathan the new Superman, so that they could finally say Superman is gay now.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible, bro.
Yeah, but
they
they
even
are
made
just-
Tim Drake bisexual, right, or something like that.
yeah, they turned around and made Tim Drake bisexual.
Yeah.
Ah,
They
so
did.
stupid, dude.
And
I
they
agree.
keep trying to make Grayson gay as well. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they always put him in
No.
like weird sexual positions in the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm
And
just saying.
let's
if
not forget
Harley
DC
Quinn had,
Pride.
yeah.
I'm saying if Harley Quinn had
You know,
me tied
I
to a
shared
bed, I
all
wouldn't
that
fight
stuff
it.
in your Discord, by the way, Jake, and DMs.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'll look for it right
no,
now.
Palpatine.
What happened? What?
I was showing some of the woke crap in DMs with Jake earlier.
Oh,
Oh, like the Superman's cape having the rainbow flag on the inside of it now.
What?
Not that one.
No fucking way, bro. Really?
Yeah, like
Dude,
pull up on
Google it.
screen,
Did you not see?
no.
You don't see Superman's Asian boyfriend with pink hair?
Yeah,
You should pull some of
Damon,
these
I
up
feel
on
like I need to
screen,
punch
Jake,
you
man.
right now.
dude.
I'm
Like,
sorry,
look at
dude.
that, man. New stories, fan favorite characters, and more
Oh,
pride than
fuck's
ever
sakes,
before.
no,
These aren't
bro.
jokes. These are real things. Like,
Yeah,
Dude.
they're
Who
this
can
is
going
we?
real
Who
scenes
can?
from the comic.
Who
They're
can
gonna
we
start-
slap?
It's
Who's
fine.
Systematic
to be slapped?
racism, bro.
So
That's
here,
so
I'll read this for you guys. See, you can shoot Joker in the face, but it's much harder to shoot issues like homophobia or systematic racism.
Oh, what the fuck?
Dude,
Bro,
This is from
that's
the
so
actual comic book.
horrible.
This is
Bro,
Yes.
crap.
This is legit.
Who do we need to go slap? Just tell me who needs to be slapped.
So here's
real.
something
DC's already
that
trying to walk a lot of this back. So like,
Yeah.
2 years on, and they're trying to like, okay, we're
Bro.
sorry.
That's issue 1.
don't
Yeah.
forget.
More
Don't
issues.
forget also
Bro.
looking at Marvel. Looking at Marvel,
know.
did you see what if Miles Morales was Thor?
Yeah, I saw it.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
But
Yeah.
there's also
So
he gay?
you've got a
bro?
ghetto Viking god, right? You've got
What the
Miles
fuck,
Morales
bro?
wearing fucking Converses and Asgardian armor, and
This is
obviously they
fucking
make a
ridiculous.
comment about the Rainbow Bridge, right? Because now
course.
obviously
Oh,
it
fuck's
has to be
sakes,
gay,
no.
Dude.
Bro, how
and
could
the
they
whole
do
thing.
that?
All of the dialogue was supposed to be written for you to read it like it's a rap. Like it's rap lyrics. It's so fucking terrible. It's absolutely fucking terrible.
So there's one more, Jake, in the private chat of StreamYard.
Got it.
It's pretty good, man.
Hold on. I'm going to
You
play it
guys
right
have
now.
never seen this Reed Richards being a total Chad here, like.
Hold up. Is this accurate, bro? Is this actually
Yeah,
the
this
TV?
is from the show.
This
man.
is real?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me share it right now. Dude, this is so old. This
Bro,
is like
this
90s,
makes me so
bro.
mad, bro. This makes me. You guys are just triggering me right now.
Okay, hold up.
I feel like I need to fight someone.
Susan! Stop this nonsense at once! I'm in no mood to put up with your silly drivel!
What? You dare speak to me like that?
Light the balls.
I'm ordering you to be quiet! I've indulged your tantrums for years, but now is not the time for such games!
What?
That's hilarious, bro.
I'm coddling you! Face it, you never could carry your weight in this girl! We all know that!
Yo.
That's a lie.
Yo.
Susan, I said, shut up! Silly, spineless.
Yo, Reed Richards, baby.
Yeah, dude.
That is
But,
hilarious.
guys,
You can go back and look at like 50s and 60s, like Fantastic Four. I think, oh God, when did Fantastic Four
Guys,
start? They started in the 60s.
That's my favorite
Guys,
scene. Sorry.
Dude.
let's just again now be accurate nerds right now. Sue Storm is the strongest member on the Fantastic Four. Let's
She
just be real.
literally, she really is, yeah. In terms
She
of
is the
power.
fucking most powerful of all of
She
them.
is.
She
bro.
knows
Yeah.
her place in the marriage, Chris.
Yeah, but
Doesn't
that was
matter,
so
bro.
Hey,
Chad.
here's the funny
She
thing.
needs
You can
to-
go back.
That was
you go
so
back and
Chad,
be like,
though.
She needs to be put down so she knows where her place is in the group.
No, he
okay?
did it
Doesn't matter.
perfectly because of how powerful she is. He fucked up her emotion. He
Yeah.
didn't need
Oh
to.
yeah, no,
to
he
face
knew
the
it.
power.
He couldn't beat her anyway. He's like,
No.
I have to go Superman chat on her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Chad,
mad
bro.
chat her.
You can go back and see like old like Fantastic Fours from the 60s where I mean he's not as mean as he is right there, but like she was in villainous mode, so whatever. But like where he'll straight up say that like he'll straight up just be all like, you know, just talk down to Sue because she's a woman and just like talk about that like
Shut up, woman.
things aren't her place, like it's not her place and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like based Reed Richards.
Well, dude, it's so
Yeah.
fucked up that now we see that and we're like, oh, that was so based. It's like, no, that was just like normal.
That was normal at the time.
We're just fucked up now.
Woman, you are being fucking hysterical. Shut up.
Shut up.
You know, I'll never forget. Like I
One
think it
more
was back
word.
in.
Bam, zoom, straight to the moon.
I think it was back in '94. There was a comic that came out where they basically broke down how every single major character's powers works in Marvel, where they were basically trying to say like who's the most powerful in whichever kind of way it was, right? And they did like a scaling of everybody and explained like based on the so-called physics of the people's power, who was supposed to be the most powerful.
Yeah.
And everyone was pissed because they didn't show the results in a way where it was like, this is number one, this is number two, this is number three. It was just individual characters with individual stats. And somebody noticed that if you actually look at who the greatest threat is, it was fucking Jubilee.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah. She is like one of the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jubilee's
because
strong,
they
bro.
basically said the reason why she doesn't seem powerful is because she doesn't really understand how her power works. So she
Yeah.
just fires those sparkly fireworks. But apparently those fireworks are atoms coming apart. And
Yeah.
if she knew how to use her power, like she could trigger a chain reaction to just undo the entire universe.
Yeah,
Dude,
but in all fairness, wouldn't Rogue be more powerful because she could just steal?
Well,
Jubilee's
dude, I
power?
actually wanted
No,
to get to
no.
this, Fani. Guess what? I actually saw like a couple of days ago. So Rogue actually there was an instance where she grabbed Hulk because
Yeah.
she's absorbed the power of She-Hulk before, right? But she
Yeah.
only had like a little bit, bro. I think a couple of seconds she grabbed Hulk, and she only then realized as soon as she grabbed him, Bruce told her, "Don't do this, you're gonna die." And as soon as she dropped off, the Hulk's rage is so great that she almost completely lost control just by touching him a couple of seconds. If she was to absorb Hulk's power, she would lose her mind. That's why it's so cool with Hulk, because it's his rage that makes him strong. But
But
his
do you see how they
rage is
fucked up
so
Hulk now?
powerful, he needs Bruce. Without Bruce, you're screwed.
Well,
You could, like,
historically in Marvel Comics, other than like the gods of the universe, other than like the existential beings like death and order and chaos and
Like the Celestials, yeah.
yeah, other
Yeah.
than those things, Silver Surfer has always been the most powerful character in Marvel by a
Yeah.
wide margin.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Silver Surfer can walk through any Marvel character within reason.
Yeah. Dude, I
he
mean,
literally
he
can.
fight,
Like,
he
you
fights
can tell.
Thanos
There was
alone, bro.
one time he was dealing with the Hulk, and in order to stop the Hulk, he just literally pulled all the gamma radiation out of his body and turned it back into Banner. He didn't have to fight him.
Yeah. Dude, the thing is with Silver Surfer, dude, he fought the fucking Anti-Monitor, didn't he?
Well, no, Anti-Monitor's DC Comics, but
Oh,
yeah,
fuck, man.
Galactus.
Man.
Galactus.
You're thinking of
Yeah,
Galactus.
yeah, yeah.
You're thinking of Galactus.
Well,
But
Galactus created
Galactus
the
isn't the
Silver
Prime,
Surfer.
though.
No, he fought somebody else, bro. He fought somebody else. It's not.
He fought the
you're right.
Gladiator. He's fought. He fought Thanos. He's fought.
Thanos?
No, man, he fought somebody above Thanos, bro. He even fought above Thanos' level.
You're talking about one of the Celestials, but I forget
Celestials?
the name.
Yeah.
It was one of. That's why I said Anti-Monitor, but it's one of the Celestials. Yeah, no,
They
dude.
all the
so-
Celestials
dude.
have like funny names, so there
Yeah, but
probably
Silver
could be one
Surfer,
called the
dude.
Monitor. Yeah, no, Silver
Silver
Surfer
Surfer.
is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah. He's fought
Mar-
Sentry.
Yeah, easily Marvel's
Yeah.
most
Sentry.
powerful character.
Yeah.
You think so? Really? Silver Surfer?
No, it's not that I think so. I know so. He just is.
Yeah, he
I mean,
is.
in the last I've been kind of out of touch the last 20 years, so maybe they've nerfed the shit out of him or made characters more powerful. But when I
Well,
was
they
growing-
made it.
like,
They made
dude-
it so that Galactus basically controls the power level to some degree because Galactus
'cause-
bestowed the power cosmic on him.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
Surfer.
At one
but
point,
if you
though,
think,
Galactus
like, dude,
specifically
Silver
said that he
Surfer-
made a mistake with the Silver Surfer because he made it being so powerful he couldn't unmake it.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the
really
thing,
quick.
like-
Who's the strongest character in DC then?
Oh,
Superman.
Anti-Monitor.
It was confirmed after Doomsday Clock.
So then,
That's Superman
Superman
is.
versus Surfer. Who would you
Well,
take?
it
Palpatine?
was. It was before. It was. Before it was a tie between.
There's
Within the DC
Anti-Monitor.
Comics proper, as we understand it, it was supposed to be Darkseid,
Dark
but
Okay.
Yeah.
because he's supposed to exist in all universes,
In all realms, yeah, in all.
Yeah.
All of them.
Or
and
the
whatever's canon in one realm or whatever is established as being canon in another universe
He remembers it all. and
applies
he
to
carries
him
that.
in all universes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that made him the most powerful. But then there was always the problem with Dr. Manhattan. The
Oh,
Dr.
yeah,
Manhattan
that's
is
right. Yes,
essentially
Dr.
God
Manhattan-
across all universes.
Yeah.
But
So
wait,
Doc-
wait for this though. Swamp Thing, you would have to kill every single piece of plant life on Earth.
Yeah.
On
And
in the
Dr. Manhattan
universe,
could just-
because he can just regenerate anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
You could
but
never kill him.
Dr. Manhattan could do one of two things. Number one, he could just blink all of plant life out of existence.
That's
And
true.
number two, he could rewrite the rules of Swamp Thing's existence and be like, I'm gonna take you out of it, but I'll leave plant life existing.
Okay.
Because he's
How about
essentially
this?
God.
How about this? Anti-Flash. Anti-Flash can't die. He can't die.
Yeah, but
because he
but the
time
thing is
travels,
that
he's a paradox.
one?
He can
Which
never
one?
die.
Which
He's talking
Yeah,
about
so
Reverse
it's-
Flash,
talking about-
right?
Reverse
But
Flash.
Which
Reverse
one?
Flash.
Are you talking about Professor Zoom? Are you talking about
Eobard Thawne, right?
Or
Yeah,
the
but-
Dark
but-
Rider, even if you want to look at the Dark Rider, you
Rider.
could
But then
consider him.
there's also Hunter Zolomon. Like there have been multiple Reverse Flashes.
But I think
Yeah, well,
Eobard
but
Thawne's the
Ian, so-
strongest, no?
Yeah, but the thing is because he's a paradox, right? Even if you kill him, He spawns in another point in history. He
Yeah,
can
so
never
but
die.
the
The
thing with
only
Doctor
way he
Manhattan
dies
is
is
that
if you take out Flash. That's why he never
but
kills Flash, because he can't. If he
so
kills Flash, he dies.
Doctor Manhattan, the whole idea behind him is that he exists in all times and all realities simultaneously. He has that godlike
Yes.
power. So if you
So yeah,
look at the
Doctor
Watchmen,
Manhattan's
you
more
see
powerful than
him.
Silver Surfer.
So
Yeah,
then you would say Dr. Manhattan?
looks in the.
Dr.
But
Manhattan.
no, but don't forget though that if you read the last continuity of Doomsday Clock, the whole setup of the Doomsday Clock is that ultimately Doctor Manhattan revealed that there was a point in the future that he couldn't look beyond. And the problem with the original Watchmen film was that he said he couldn't see beyond a certain point, and we're supposed to believe that that was nuclear war, right? That wiped everything out. And you're supposed to think, well, why would it have wiped out Dr. Manhattan? And you're supposed to think that, oh, it ended all of existence. Like this bomb basically destroyed all matter in the universe, everything, undid everything. And when you look at Doomsday Clock, the same thing was brought up, but Dr. Manhattan ultimately reveals that he saw his own death. He saw somebody hitting him basically and killing him instantaneously. And then you find out that it's Superman. But Superman exists in a different universe to Dr. Manhattan. And then we find out that Dr. Manhattan basically explains that Superman became so powerful that he punched, and this is DC Comics getting silly, Superman literally punched through reality into another reality, like broke reality and killed Dr. Manhattan.
He's done that.
So
that sounds
if
like
you're
One Punch
supposed
Man
to,
shit.
Yeah, that
One
does.
Punch Man, bro.
Yeah. One Punch
But
Man.
the way they explain it in the comics, they try to explain it in a way that sounds reasonable, but it almost like it went to like a pre-crisis ridiculousness of the multi-universe.
Yeah, sure. It
Superboy
always does.
Prime did something similar in Infinite Crisis. He punches through a dimensional
The Force
wall.
Wall.
In order to release himself and Earth 1 or Earth 2 Superman. And I like the Infinite Crisis storyline, but
yeah, Infinite Crisis was dope, dude.
Superboy Prime, but it gave us Superboy Prime, and I hate Superboy Prime. I hate him. He's such a whiny little bitch baby girl of a character. I fucking hate
The
him.
problem was that post-crisis fucked up Superman's abilities in so many ways, like with regards to power scaling and explanation of the power.
Superman was lying, bro. Here, he admitted in comics Kara was stronger. It's a lie.
I don't remember him.
He was trying to be politically correct.
I don't remember him ever saying that in a comic book.
That was
New 52 tried to do that because if you read New 52, they tried to explain that Supergirl is way more powerful than Superman.
Apparently,
it's so
yeah.
fucking dumb.
But that's
then
fucking woke propaganda. That's Kamala shit right there.
Yeah,
they undid the New 52 though. So
yeah.
Well, Jake and I
It's
spoke
not
about
canon.
this. We were saying like, don't forget like the problem that happened post 90s in comics, but it happened earlier, I think, in film, was that the creative heads basically decided that it's not down to the fans or the readers or whoever to decide what's popular. It was down to them to tell the fans and the readers what's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's the same thing with Wolverine, right? You used to have the heating ability, and then the fans said no, and then they took it away.
Yeah. Like everybody thought like, oh, Bone Claws is so cool, but at the same time,
It's
we
not
love
that
that
cool.
he's got adamantium and he can cut through everything.
That's way
Like,
cooler.
Way better.
So imagine you give Wolverine Bone Claws. Let's see you go up against the Sentinel now. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, but he can heal himself so much better. The adamantium reduces his healing
Reduces it.
powers because that comes from his bones. Well, how about you give him a power that doesn't make him fucked up? Like, just do that. Don't forget that, like, there was a timeline where Superman became immune to the effects of kryptonite. He built up an immunity to it, and kryptonite doesn't kill him anymore. Because people are like, oh, we'll just shoot him with a kryptonite bullet.
Was he doing that crystal, Damon? Was he hitting that crystal
what
too
was
hard?
that?
Built up the
Crystal.
tolerance, bro.
What was that?
You
What
built
was
up
that?
the tolerance.
What was that?
Superman going down to the club and he's snorting kryptocaine. He's like, just
It's Superman, but instead of Clark Kent, he's Jesse Pinkman, bro.
Well, I can't remember what that storyline was called, but I know the one you're talking about. The one that's set in the future, It came out in like the late 90s. Like, oh fuck, what was it called? Earth, Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Kingdom Come, Luthor reveals that kryptonite doesn't work on him anymore. That he spent so many, because this is like Clark when he's like almost 60. He's like 50,
when he's out in the fields pulling fucking a whole plow through a field on his own. Is like
he's
fucking
like
telling
50,
the whole field.
Yeah, he's like 50,
And
55,
and
like
also
that, and
they
he spent so many years under a yellow sun that it basically did away with his weakness to kryptonite. It doesn't work on him anymore.
But still, for some reason, he's got the Reed Richards silver hair sideburns.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck would he age? We already established pre-crisis that Superman doesn't age. Like,
Well, because this is the future of post-crisis, and post-crisis was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But don't forget that at the same time, like they did continue in quite a few post-crisis properties. They put forward the notion that he's not going to age, and you even had Smallville at the time, the TV series, which established that he's never going to die. He's immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because there was that kid who touched him and read his future, and he was like, "You've got no end. There's no death." Like, do you remember the kid who used to touch people and he could see how they're going to die? And he basically tells Clark, "You never die. You just carry on."
That's crazy.
I can't tell. I think it was probably a visual choice to try to show that this was an older, more mature Clark. But within the DC continuity, like DC 1 million was a thing, and Clark is still alive, living in the sun, and he's literally gone.
Yeah, they also did that in All-Star Superman, where he basically is in the sun, keeping it function. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Like Superman shoots him.
I didn't like All-Star Superman that much.
No, All-Star Superman had a good concept, and I loved how they showed that Lex Luthor has got such a genius intellect that he realizes that he's fucking wrong. But he realizes it too late, and he's like, he can't believe what he did to Superman. It's so fucked up. But there was also, did you read that? I can't remember which one it was now, but it was where Luthor finds out that he's related to Superman.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that one.
How is he related to Superman? How?
It's
so fucked up because apparently it's got
to his adoptive parents.
Yeah, there you go. It was through adoption, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was actually to the Kryptonians. I think it was was a paradox with time travel where Luthor basically becomes like Elon and goes out and colonizes space and shit, and he basically ends up fathering. He ends up fathering somebody who's such a genius intellect that they discover time travel, and they go, I think, back in time, and then they end up encountering the Kryptonian scientists. And part of the reason why Krypton was a society built on science was because of that Luthor who established science as such a important thing.
That is Luthor establishing shit.
Yeah,
another Luthor establishing shit, It
fucks something up. It's like, and I think they even said they tied it to the fact that like why his name is like LL, and like in you find out that the House of L was to do with Luthor because like the LL, so it's the House of L.
That's how they tie it in.
That is an incredibly stupid sounding storyline, and I hope
it is. Yeah, I remember reading it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It was done really well, but it's
no Kal-El. No, they're ruining Kal-El, fucking the whole name and everything, bro. No,
I kind of like this, man.
Have you seen the Rebirth one? Have you? I think it's Rebirth. It's the current. No, it's Absolute Superman. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's the new one. Yeah, I haven't read that at all.
Sound so Lex Luthor, like doing some sort of troll crap where it's like, yeah, I'm your great grandfather or something.
I think
I'm my own grandfather.
In the story, it fucked more with Luthor than it did with Superman. Because I'm not even sure that Superman found out. I think it was Luthor who found out. So
well,
kind of
like Lex's dirty little secret.
I've heard that Absolute Superman and Absolute Batman are actually pretty badass.
I've heard about that too. I heard they're really good.
They're fucking amazing. They changed the complete origin story. They changed everything. The whole origin story gets changed.
It sounds like Philip J. Fry, man.
But it's also
wait. Then how am I still alive? My grandpa died. You're your own grandpa, you moron.
Shout out to Futurama, man. Shout out to Futurama, dude.
And it was all Nibbler's fault.
When he turned around, Yes,
Hey, dude, Futurama was the best, bro.
When he
We
turns
only have
around-
Rick and Morty because of Futurama. Man.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
Way
dude,
better than
I,
Simpsons.
when Fry
Way
turns
better. I
around
would-
and she does the whole like, I can't hear you, dearie.
Can't
She's got her,
hear
Yeah.
she's wearing the
Yeah,
glasses and
exactly.
she's got
That
her
was
hair up, and he
freaking
really is his
amazing.
grandma, and he's
She's freaking
Guys,
knitting
guys,
and
so
shit. Of course it's
seriously?
her grandma. It's like, why is she doing this stuff? She's like the same age as Fry.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, so good.
and the way he
But the most
screamed was
fucked up
so
thing
good.
is that like if you grew up with like Bambi, seeing Bambi's mum get shot, or Lion
In, like,
King,
the
seeing
first 2
Mufasa
minutes.
die,
Yeah,
but like Mufasa dying, anything, any of the like most hardcore, deep, moving movies, like the end
Yeah.
of Gladiator, Schindler's List, whatever the fuck, you can watch all that shit. And if you could be the most cold, stone-hearted person ever, but that dog waiting for Fry will fucking break you.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
bro,
Dude,
that's the
yeah,
story,
Fry's dog,
dude.
bro.
That's the
I
story
hate
of the
song that
Japanese,
plays for it,
Yeah,
too.
the Japanese guy, bro.
the Japanese
Oh,
guy. Yeah, with the dog
yeah.
waiting for
Well,
dude, which
here's
is
the
Fry's
thing.
dog waiting till the day that he dies.
Died,
bro,
yeah,
for
exactly.
Fry.
Well, and like the thing that I like, I actually really hate that episode specifically because like Fry could have got him back, and then
Yeah.
you're like, no, he lived a whole full life. He
Yeah,
doesn't
Jurassic
need me.
Park.
Yeah,
And then,
Yeah.
dude.
and then you find out, no, he didn't. He literally died in misery, waiting for you to
Yeah.
come back. And it's just like, why did you
Yeah,
do
dude.
this?
Hey,
reminds
shout
me-
out to
Oh,
Robert
dude,
for
it's getting
naming
the
the
hairs
episode.
on the back of my head, like standing up, man. Like, it's so weird because it's such a jokey, silly, goofy like cartoon.
No, but that they
And then
every now and then
bam!
they had like those dark episodes. That
Oh
they
yeah,
threw
I
Yeah,
know.
in
they
a
did.
It was
season.
good. It was good. It was like one of the most moving episodes.
But that's
It's
what I'm saying,
so
dude.
weird.
Even the structure of how the show is written is very much, you can see like how much Rick and Morty took from that. Also having some of these like really dark episodes with a dark ending, mixed in with the humor. A lot of what Futurama broke ground on is what became the foundations for Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
besides
yeah,
the,
but
the
I
sci-fi
think it's
stuff.
still way better than Rick and Morty, in my opinion. But
Well, it's
I like
way
a
better than the
different kind of
Simpsons.
darkness. I hate emotional darkness that makes you like feel bad like that. That's fucked. But other darkness, I'm all cool with. I still think the best dark ending in any animated thing has to be like, I made you eat your parents.
yeah. Scott Pennerman must
South Park.
die.
Yeah.
How does my chili taste, Scott?
Yeah.
And
Alex,
how did,
just
how
admit
did,
the Pennerman chili.
Years, yeah.
how did Cartman not go to prison for
Dude,
that?
but how dark is it that Scott Tenorman's dad is Cartman's dad?
Yeah, no shit,
his
right?
own dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that comes out later on in the next season or 2 seasons.
That's a retcon because Mrs. Cartman is supposed to be a hermaphrodite.
The father.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the joke in the show, right? That
I was
Cartman's
gonna
mom
say
is
like
his...
what I don't know what you're talking about with that. Like his
No,
mom
no.
is his dad.
No, it's not, bro. That's a joke inside of South Park. Listen, bro, with South Park law, you do not want to challenge me, bro. So no, dude, that's the joke within it, is that Cartman's mom is his dad, but it later comes out that it's Scott Tenorman's dad is Cartman's dad. That's why it's
I gotta look this
yeah.
up. Man.
In the first season, they had the whole thing where they did the DNA test to figure out who's Cartman's dad, right?
I think it's when they thought Chef was Cartman's dad. When they thought it was Chef, and that's when I think they said, "Oh, she's a hermaphrodite."
Is it Chef?
Yeah.
Officer Bob Brady? Oh, the 1991 Denver Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that's how season 1 ends, and then season 2 starts with the
With that episode.
carrying on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
The season 1 was the best. Season 1 and 5 of South Park.
Yeah,
I've got to call it an evening, boys. I have my IRL job in the morning, so
Go for it, bro.
I got to get up at fucking 5 a.m. So
Go for it,
Papa.
Palpatine. Thanks for popping in,
Take
bro.
care, buddy.
Yep.
It was good
Take it easy,
chatting,
guys. It was
dude.
fun.
Yeah, be well, man.
Take it easy.
Well,
I probably
hopefully
got
do it
another, like,
again.
6 minutes.
Hopefully
before I
do it
gotta get
again.
going.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we definitely need to do it again, man. Chris, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
host it on your channel next time around, bro.
Oh no, dude! I don't do that. I don't host when I'm on panels on my thing. No, dude, fuck that. Why? This is your shit, bro.
Okay, well then I guess we're gonna host it here on Project Fuel Pod again then.
Yeah, no, dude, no, we'll do one. So Chase is here. Chase is my co-host on the Nerd Zone every week. He used to be like pro Magic player, did high end collectible
You told me about
sales.
him. You told me about him.
Yeah. So no, we'll have you on our show, but I never restream Verbal Combat or when it's just my whole thing. I don't like
Gotcha.
it's just me. I don't like doing panels. Only time I'll restream is if I'm doing a debate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, well, we got to wind it down. Speaking of debate, I got one tomorrow on Fatty's channel. It's going to be Trump versus Bernie. He already sent me the thumbnail. So this is going to be.
He's got good thumbnails, bro.
He does.
He hits the AI hard, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's really good. So we like the red versus blue. So Fatty's going to be representing the Democratic Party.
Black Horse and Fisk, man. That's some dope shit, man.
I know.
Yeah, dude. He does good AI art, but Jake, you don't look like that. But you're looking fresh. But
dude, he put it to when I had the blonde
bro.
hair. When I had the blonde hair. I need to shave. That's what it is. But dude, that would be me if I was like a total Chad, you know? It's like 100% Chad.
No, dude, no. It's just like the face. The face doesn't look right.
No,
he's not more Chad. No, well, kind of.
He's got a chiseled jaw, bro. He's got that chiseled jaw.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but nevertheless, guys, thanks everybody in the chat for stopping by. I'm gonna shoot you off over there to Andrew since he's having the debate. And I'll catch you guys on the next Project Veal Pod. We'll see. Well, I'll be live tomorrow with the debate. Guys, thanks for tuning by in the chat. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Thanks.